Hello, everyone. This is the Easy Allies podcast. I'm Kyle Bossman, the Dark Prince of Nerd Media. Joining us this week, Michael Huber.
The Dark Knight of Nerd Media.
He's here. Welcome to my playground, friend, Michael Damiani.
That's a scary playground. I don't want to go there.
Brandon Jones.
McClunky.
And making this all happen, Ian Hink.
The Stretchers.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, that's a good intro. Let's begin corrections. Music, please, Jonesy. So we're just sticking with this?
You said you liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't tell me these
I
things
just don't
until we're
get it.
actually doing the podcast.
I don't get your bits, Jones. You're always bringing bits into the podcast. It's
Musical bits,
Is
though.
the joke that he's always going to change it every week? Is
Musical
the joke
bits.
that it's supposed to be dumb? And so you just bring in a song that I genuinely like. You make it slightly louder, and then that's it? That's the difference this week?
I'm bringing back what you said you liked, and you're like, I'm happy? It's
All right,
like...
okay. You know what? Bungie, when they split from Microsoft, they had to make 2 more Halo games after that. So ODST and Halo Reach, they already were split from Microsoft, but they had to follow through on their contract. And that's when those 2 games came out, which is how we messed up that year. Herman Holst, turns out he was vice president of Sony Worldwide Studios since 2011. So him becoming president and CEO of Worldwide Studios, or president of Worldwide Studios, head of, wasn't actually that out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
VP.
Had no idea.
Who knew? The sneaky little VP. Lastly, the Switch came out in 2017, not 2016. Use scrubs and corrections music, please.
Yikes.
Yeah, Damiani, I think it's because it's a couple of things here.
The Nintendo corrections when Damiani's on the following week are brutal.
2016 I associate with the beginning of Easy Allies, and for some reason I also associate that with the Switch. Not sure why.
You got the reveal at the end of the year, but they hadn't even called it Switch yet.
You were calling it NX. Yeah, and also I think what's weird is 2017 is Mario and Zelda. Same year, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I think about the Switch, I think about Damiani knowing what the name was for 10 seconds before he showed the rest of us. Because he was on the PC when he booted up the video, and he played it just to get that information first.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I remember like looking over, and he was like smiling. He was like, "Okay, here we
There's
go."
that October video when they had the name
Yeah.
and stuff. I was like, because we found out later that year it was called Switch. But
I was so
yeah,
disappointed, man. I was heartbroken. It's
But it
funny
had,
to
like,
think
the-
back on that.
the sound effect started then.
You're heartbroken because it was called the Switch?
No, because it wasn't a hardcore console for playing awesome, sweet games.
Oh, I was thrilled because I had guessed it would be both.
Yeah, so did
You're
Jones.
a preview.
To Jones's
Right,
credit,
right.
he guessed it a long time ago. It's time to play Santa's video game advisory board. So, as we all know, Santa Claus, sometimes he messes up with video games. Sometimes he just
Yeah.
gets something slightly wrong. You know,
course.
we've all seen it happen. He just has a really hard time with video games in particular. He saw what we did for Glenny, and he decided to come to us for more advice. So what he does is he sends us requests, wishes for video games, and he's not sure if he should actually make this or not. And so we're going to help Santa determine if these video games should indeed be made for the children who are asking
Nick
for
of
them.
time, man. Tell Santa we got 4 weeks left.
Yes. Yeah, Santa, we
Here's
don't have a
wrap it
lot
up.
of time. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Dear Santa, I want a game where my buddy and I play a platformer together, but unlocking the hidden world requires the sadness of strangers. Thanks, Oni Black Mage. Should we allow Santa to make a game where unlocking the hidden world requires the sadness of strangers?
Sounds like a way out.
Kinda, yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
What?
It seems...
How is this like a way out?
Because that's what all they're doing, man. They're just running around the world making people sad.
No.
right?
Sadness of strangers, real life strangers.
Oh,
This is
Yeah.
this is an anti-Death Stranding.
Like, you need their
Oh.
tear. You got to fuel it with their
an
tears.
anti-journey.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, an anti-journey. Is this video game worth making?
We're all
How would
sad
course it
enough,
is.
dude.
How would it
No.
work, though?
Our
Please,
platformers,
no.
they're usually jolly.
Yes.
They're usually happy games.
no
Oh, for the
thanks.
people who get to the hidden world, yes. But
Oh,
for all
yeah.
the other strangers, they're sad.
Yeah.
I think maybe you suck lives away from them, or maybe you lock them
Yeah.
out of
Yeah,
worlds.
like when you die, you press start and you take their lives from them. Then they don't get to. You rob them of being able to go there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like some function of like if they're jumping over a pit, you press the button at the right time, they just fall immediately.
Oh yeah, this game already exists. This is the new Super Mario Brothers for Wii U, where you make the blocks and stuff.
Yes.
And you like kill
Imagine
people.
that doing to strangers who don't even know who or where you are.
Like that would be like the gameplay hook of like the Death Stranding effect, where I'm doing stuff to troll people, but it
Yes.
affects their game as well, and they can't do anything about it unless they unhook.
Yes.
But then they don't get you can't access the secret
hidden
world.
world,
Yeah,
yes.
there.
Yeah. Should we make this game? Should Santa make this game?
Yes.
I think
As long as it's called something like "This World Sucks" or something. As long as
I get
it's
what you're
not
saying.
hiding, what it is. It's really upfront.
It's got to be
and-
fair to the strangers who will feel sadness.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, Jonesy.
this is a good lesson for Santa to teach. By be careful what you wish for,
Why?
because you get this game and you like, this is what I asked for. I asked for this game.
Yeah.
But then you see like it makes strangers sad and stuff, and like you get a benefit. It's gonna teach them a lesson, a life lesson.
The life lesson is when strangers feel sad, you do get benefits from it.
Yeah.
The only way to live a privileged life is to make strangers sad.
Yeah. And
That's-
and this will actually help Santa next year determine if that person was good or bad.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Actually,
We're putting our feelers out there.
Yeah. I think "Sad Strangers" is a much better title. I like that. Hashtag "Sad Strangers."
And so if kids want good stuff from Santa,
Yeah.
they just allow themselves to be sad strangers.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Do you have to opt into being a sad stranger, or what if you have no affiliation with this game at all?
It's
Can I
online. It's
am I
online
still
only.
vulnerable?
You have to play this game.
I think you're still vulnerable.
Okay.
Yeah.
This like sweeps the world as a phenomenon. This game,
Because that's the
where
thing.
you can't
Game's
avoid
fun.
it.
When the game's
Yeah.
clicking, it's fun, man.
Well, it's like Twitch controls games. It's like there is kind of a precedent for this. So it's just you don't know what you're doing. It's like that. Like if you could press a button, get $1 million, but somebody you don't know in the world would die. Like, would you do it?
Yeah.
Or how many times would you press that button before you felt bad?
5 or
Yes,
6,
there you go,
right?
that's it.
It's 5 or 6.
Between
Okay.
1 and 10.
Santa should also develop the Twitch
It's the
app for
barometer.
that.
Like no one would pick 0, but how many until 10?
Oh boy. Okay. You know what? This is a fun game. Okay, Santa, make the game. Do you all remember my favorite way to start a podcast? Mm-hmm. What is
Yes.
it?
Corporate Jacobs.
No, it's a,
Corporate shakeup.
no, it's not.
Corporate checkups.
It's not corporate
Play
checkup.
the theme song.
Okay. All right.
New correction music song.
Video game announcements.
Now I'm just confused.
Are you
That's
taking
the video game announcements theme song.
Oh, okay.
Are you taking direct control out of Jones's hands by playing that
songs
right
off
now?
my own laptop.
Yeah.
He does get mad about it. Yeah.
It's like a diegetic sounding. It's like cinema. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You just want. There's a difference. You know what I mean?
You do, you
Is
hear
it
it.
part of the world or is it part of the meta? It's the fourth wall. College. Sometimes he breaks it. Sometimes he opens the window a little bit.
How funny to be a college professor and teach the kids diegetic one day.
That was a good day.
I remember
Yeah,
that day.
it's a good
in-
day.
in
It's a good day.
class.
Great
Film
day.
school ruled, man.
Film school was great.
Loved it.
Can't recommend it. Look, audience, I have a confession to make. We did not have internet for this entire afternoon.
We don't have internet right
still
now.
don't.
And we still do
It
not have
sucks.
internet.
We saw the first fifth of this.
I saw the first 0% of this X019 Xbox press conference / press event, fan event in London. It's been pretty difficult to assemble the podcast with my phone and hey, Google Docs working offline. Thank you very much for that, Google Docs. So I'm normally would not admit to this, woefully unprepared. We're going to really just go shooting from the hip on these game announcements.
Meaning that you've been woefully unprepared for podcasts in the past and have not admitted
I would
to
never admit to it.
it. Okay.
Yes.
The fact that
There's
you're
a term for that. It's fast and loose, Kyle.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
fast and loose this week, baby.
Kyle,
What's up?
you have famously told me over the years,
Never admit.
never Regis Philbin.
Yes.
You just broke your own rule.
Yeah. Because of like I need this level of understanding.
Okay.
Because somebody could be listening
Code red right
and they're
now.
like, "Did Kyle have another stroke? What happened this week?" And I just want everybody to be on the same page of what actually happened this week.
Got it.
The stroke and then this. So,
What's wrong with Kyle this week? Good bit.
baby, you're bad.
That song is autobiographical.
Let's start with a new game from Don't Nod.
Don't know.
Don't Nod. So Don't Nod, known for making action games like Remember Me. They announced a new game today called Tell Me Why.
Tell me why.
This game is it's like Life is Strange. It is episodic. It will be 3 episodes. The first of which coming out summer of 2020 to Xbox and PC. I think 3 is pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, there was they didn't do it. Deck 9 did, but the Life is Strange prequel Before the Storm is also 3 episodes with
Yeah.
kind of like a 4th bonus one, but it's 3 as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that worked, right?
Yeah, it worked really well.
Refresh my memory. Donut is a Microsoft studio now, right?
They're not.
They're not.
But this
Okay.
is Xbox publishing.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. We don't know a ton about this. It's about identical twins, one of which is transgender, which they sell hard in that this is the first. Oh, was it AAA? It's not AAA, but it's the first big game in which the protagonist, one of the playable characters, is transgender. And then you play through scenes from both of their perspectives, and then you as the player determine which one actually happened, which one is the truthful memory.
Cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think that is kind of. It's like a hey, you got a premise at least, right? Like you have a thing that makes this game unique.
And then in the sequel, I wonder if it'll like incorporate which version of your past, was the first game.
I think the ending of this game absolutely will.
Oh
from
yeah,
the way it
yeah.
was
But if
described.
they ever do another one,
yeah.
like how Suikoden 2 read your save file, it's dope.
I mean, more than the one game has done that, but
That's
yeah.
the only one. That's the only one that did that.
Okay. Don't correct us. We don't want to hear it.
Don't correct us. You're wrong.
What do we think of the trailer?
Really liked it.
It's intense.
Yeah, very heavy.
Like, very,
Yeah,
good way to put
so
it.
heavy.
Like, like mom? Like, whenever I hear that and like something bad happened with that mom, I'm out, man. I just like,
Yeah.
Like in a way, there's no higher stakes in a game than Life is Strange because it's so real. It's not superhero.
it is. Hey,
Kind of.
Watch yourself.
It's not like Batman in a cape, Robin. I'm not Superman, or I'm not like a Star Wars Jedi. It's like
I'm
we're
no
just
Superman.
we're just people living life, and in a way, yeah, that's just as intense as it gets. You
Yeah.
know, what's more scary than just daily life? So this looked really high stakes right off the bat.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's only 3 episodes and the tone and the pace of the trailer led me to believe like we're just gonna go right into it.
That was there. I think there was something else about them planning to make it a little clearer what the schedule will be, as opposed to Life is Strange 2, which is just like, we're trying our hardest, and it's like that. We understand, but yeah, it's a loose schedule.
And I think that's important too, to have a smaller project, especially when they have multiple games popping out episodes. So that you're not. I don't know. I just think 3 works really well, especially if they're introducing new characters and new story. Like, imagine if this was 5 and you're just like, wait, what episode is 2 on and what episode is this on? And, like when a new episode comes out, you kind of have to refresh yourself. Oh, right, that story. Because I love this studio and they're pumping out so many games.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was happy.
it's
I
nice
was
that it's bite-sized.
surprised and happy to see that they were doing this because I kind of thought, I don't know, I guess because Huber always accuses no one of caring about Life is Strange 2 amongst us.
which is
that
fair, yeah.
Yeah, which I had taken to mean that nobody on the whole cared about it and that it didn't do money or something. So
I
I'm
think
glad
it's
to
not
see
doing
they-
money.
But I'm glad to see they're doing another game. They get to do another one.
Oh,
Well,
and
'cause-
I think we have Xbox Game Studios to thank for that, actually.
But there's
probably,
also
yeah.
Twin Mirrors. Whatever happened to that one? That's them too, right? Remember that weird
Yes, dude.
like Alan Wake vibe looking one?
Yeah.
So they got their hands
We
moving.
got irons in the fire.
I'm worried about that other one, actually.
Yeah,
I'm now officially add it to my worried list.
because
dude.
this looked way better right out of the gate than Twin Mirrors
and it's
did.
got
Yeah.
twins in it.
So
There you
and
go.
twins.
It's fun to see a studio like this too. Reminds me of the Limbo Inside Studios. Name escapes me, but it's neat to see them. Not only their games get progressively more interesting, but their engine, their craft, gets a little bit more polished. And this just looks like a little bit better than
Playdead?
Life is
Yeah.
Strange 2.
Yeah.
So it's
Is
fun
it
to see those
Playdead?
incremental
It
steps.
is, Ian. Good job.
Boom.
And
Headshot.
good week to announce this game too.
Sorry?
I said it was a good week to announce this game too.
Why? Because of X019?
No,
What do you got?
it's Trans Awareness Week.
Oh, Damiani.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. You're right. Good
Yeah.
week to announce this game.
and their Life is Strange is wrapping up in like 2 weeks from now as well. So that'll be done, and then full steam ahead with this.
Oh, I didn't know that too.
Final episode coming up December 5th.
This is a uniquely talented and knowledgeable panel. This is good stuff, panel. I love this. Thank you.
They
Thank
had
you for-
internet today.
Yes.
That's what happens when we don't have internet.
I know. Next announcement comes from a studio that was purchased by Microsoft recently, Obsidian. Their new game is called Grounded, and this is a survival game where our dad has shrunk us. Presumably, we are shrunk like Honey I Shrunk
Rick
the Kids.
Moranis.
Hey, it's on Disney Plus. If you don't know what we're talking about, just download Disney Plus. Go watch your. Yeah, man.
Honey, I Shrunk? Yeah, baby.
And Honey, I Blew Up.
Although, wait,
That's the sequel.
it
We're
might
not
be
there
coming
yet.
later.
It's there though.
I looked at several movies, and a
Video
few of them
game
were like
grounded.
coming November 1st, 2021, or some weird thing.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't make assumptions about Disney Plus. You gotta.
Yeah.
I need
The
confirmation.
vault
I
is
need
still alive
screenshots that
and
it's
well.
there.
Okay. Well, Ian, let's do this live. Let's see if Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is on Disney Plus.
Let me try to do that on my phone.
Oh, right. Okay.
Definitely.
Oh, boy.
Well, definitely nods in there.
So yeah, I mean, it looks like it. You are in a backyard. There are ants as enemies that you fight with little spears. There's cool things. I like being small in video
I
games.
love being
Yeah.
small in
Yeah.
anything. One of my favorite things, it's going to sound so weird, every time Christmas rolls around and they have like giant house like Santa displays, I always imagine shrinking down and like walking around in those things. I love it.
Yes.
I've been
Yes.
there.
Hell yeah.
Or like even games as well too. Like I think of the Counter-Strike map. There was one called Dust Bunnies, and you like go inside of a pool table and like the fridge and stuff. Just I love
Huber.
Great Mouse Detective. I think is like
yeah.
one of my favorite Disney movies.
Rescuers.
Huber, did you ever
Beetlejuice?
go?
Hell yeah.
Did you ever go to Disney World back when they had?
Never been to
actually
Disney World.
had the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I've been on
play
that.
set. Yeah, it was
No.
great.
I think there's a miniatures museum in Los Angeles as well that I've been to before. They have like the Titanic like split in half, so you can just see like a, you know.
Yeah, I guess just miniatures.
Dude,
I love
yeah.
miniatures.
When I was in
Miniatures are dope.
Hamburg, I went to the Miniature Wonderland, dude. That thing, very, very intense. One of the best rooms I've ever been in my life. Check out the Miniature Wonderland next time you are in Hamburg, Germany.
That sounds really cool.
Oh, it's so
First
sick.
person though? Strictly?
Yeah, I love.
Yeah,
That's,
so
that's a bit odd for something that looks very platformy. And,
I think it's
and-
worth saying super Fortnite-y too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you at one point see them building with a blue outline
Yeah.
ramp.
Oh yeah,
Like,
spinning,
and spinning it 90
and
degrees.
everything.
Yeah,
was
it
that
is-
actually in first person though? That mode, I think that's like the pulled back third person
So I
perspective.
wonder.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's a build mode. So if
Yeah.
it's not real time building, it's just like you go into build mode and then you go into like exploration combat mode.
Sure.
They showed a second of like bees flying by,
Mm-hmm.
and because of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I want to know if like they get to ride bees because
We
you
will
saw,
not be
you saw
riding the
yourself
bees.
fighting stuff, but
Yeah.
like, will you ride on anything? Will you ride on an ant? Will you like? Are they gonna climb up any of those blades of grass? Like, will it rain out? Like, will that be a problem? Like, because
Mm-hmm.
one drop of rain landing on that fort is gonna destroy it. Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed like what was that? The action figure or was it a lunch?
There
What
was
it?
the head of an action figure.
Head of an action figure, so it's
Yeah.
like, what other cool things are they going to come
That's the
across?
stuff I love, man. Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
The trailer was really short, but judging from like the minute I saw, it looked approachable. Like survival games can be really intimidating for me because there's just so many things going on. I think of Don't Starve, a game I love, but there's like 1 million things I need to worry about.
And you
Oh,
look
yeah,
like
Don't
some
Starve is
creepy
so
guy.
stressful.
Yeah, and this looked like it didn't look like a ton of building. It looked like rudimentary structures and like it looked a little more streamlined and refined rather than like a bloated giant massive mess of a million crafting materials. Just from the minute I saw
and
it, I
this
could
mu-
be completely wrong.
This might be unfair. All of the player characters shown were children. I presume, just as you're kind of suggesting, that the game is skewing younger.
Cool.
Sure. What
That's
I'm
cool with me.
missing
Yeah.
is like there's definitely the danger with enemies and stuff like that, but like I got the sense when it first started that it's like, oh, okay, this was some kind of accident. We're trapped here and we have to get home. And then by about the midpoint of the trailer, it's like, no, we're having a blast, man. I'm just gonna stay in the garden. This is great. You know? So it's like, what is there an end? Or is this
Well,
like a
it
Fortnite?
says-
Is this just like a playground or
It says go big or never go home. so-
right?
you have to. Reach
I just
the
didn't get that vibe that
you
you
have to reach the house again.
That there's a
Yeah,
goal.
yeah.
That
Yeah, but I don't think you want to make these people keep playing this game.
Of
To me,
course.
I absolutely got games as a service vibes, maybe because of how much it looked like Fortnite, where like, yeah, man, you never want to go home.
And it's awesome. Obsidian just had Outer Worlds, just like their big, RPG of the year, and now this seems like a little smaller thing and
Really cool.
really cool. Just additional project from them on top of a year where they
Yeah.
released.
It
Outer
didn't
Worlds.
work.
When Microsoft bought Obsidian, this was not anything any of us guessed they would be working on next.
I didn't know it was Obsidian when you showed me the trailer. I was like,
Okay,
oh,
cool.
it looks cute. And
Yeah.
it said Obsidian. Like, oh wait, what?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Where's the
Watch
RPGs?
that.
Yeah. They're coming, Damiani.
No, I meant like RPG elements in the game, like as a joke. People would be like,
see.
where are they?
Next up,
Crafting.
finally, Rare's next big new IP. We got a name for it. It is called Everwild.
Did you ever go?
That's about the tone of the trailer.
Yeah, it is about the
like,
tone of the
hey,
trailer.
man.
I mean,
That deer's got big ears, man.
you are not doing your job. I get it. I get that, like, hey, comparisons aren't fair. The apples and oranges, stop. You're not doing your job if you introduce this game on a podcast without mentioning Breath of the Wild. You know what I mean? It is a Breath of the Wild style game, big time. The way it's presented, the way its wildlife is presented, the way you walk, the way your
didn't
environments are shown.
You climbed up a surface.
It didn't
for a
look
second.
like huge open world though. It looked more linear to me.
Because, I mean, there is that one section through the forest, I guess, that looks like a little more of like a pathway. But, I mean, you see mountains, man.
Yeah.
You get to go to their mountains.
Can you
With
go
other
through there?
players.
Sorry?
With other players.
It is. That's probably worth mentioning is that it does appear to be multiplayer, at least 4 players at a time.
That's the
looks
next
like.
thing. They want to one-up them. Like, well, multiplayer Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, because
Take that.
when I was playing through the Breath of the Wild, that was my biggest problem with it, is that I didn't have 3 other people there with me. So I think like this
Yeah,
is
the game would
probably...
have been much faster.
Yeah.
Like I could have sent each one of them to a dungeon, and I had to play the other 3 bad ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I'm kidding.
Damiani's just jumping into Kyle's game constantly. Like,
That's all it
Forcing
needed.
me-
Kyle
forcing
and
me
I
down
going
pits.
against each other in an open
This
world
is a
map.
stranger game, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, interest. I would say like alien-like wildlife, right? Like you saw this cool like mutant deer.
The
and
baby
its
horizon
antlers kind of
giraffe
balloon.
thing.
Yeah, it's
but organic looking. not-
yeah.
Got an Avatar vibe with that thing. I expected like
I hear you there.
I expected the hair to like
A little Ori influence
Right.
too.
Yeah.
A little Ori. Looked a little like Ori stuff, like creatures.
Okay, I'll allow it.
It's all Microsoft. It's all in the family here.
It's all in
you
the
know,
family. Yeah.
but I think of all the games we're talking about today, I'm pretty unclear of what we're gonna be doing in this game. I guess we're playing as these people.
Monster Hunter.
But I almost I had a Huber cutscene moment where it was like disingenuous cutscenes. I don't know. But it's like these characters walk up to this deer and she like turns around and it's like, hold on, be quiet. And it's like, is that a mechanic?
No.
That we're like communicating non-verbally with other people, and then she like puts her hand out. It's like, what's going on? Like, is this what we're doing, or is this you just demonstrating this kind of delicate balance between humans and
It looked.
are they trying to survive? Or are they just on a stroll? Like what?
It looked
Update.
super linear, story driven.
Yeah.
So my vibe
Wow.
was like a Plague
Wow.
Tale, more in line with a Plague Tale
okay.
than Breath of the Wild.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I have an opposite vibe.
Yeah, not the
I
vibe I
have
got
a
at all.
complete opposite vibe.
Definitely an incorrect
That-
vibe.
It's worth saying they didn't say one way or
Yeah.
the other.
Oh yeah, that was
It's
the
worth
thing.
mentioning that.
But
yeah.
I think they should. Just I need a little bit more.
It's early. They definitely showing this early. I
while.
expect next year to this still be an upcoming game. You know, I don't think
It's a
this
Scarlet game.
Yep, for sure. What's our update, Ian?
But they do have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I'm watching it right now.
Oh,
Okay.
yay.
Yeah, this animated
Oh, that
intro.
opening.
bro.
Yeah,
Heck
remember that?
yeah.
Like that, like nod back to like. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
That is a good
It was
opening.
like 40s animation or something.
But
yeah.
it buffers every so often with my phone, even though.
Oh yeah, the internet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you, Ian. Thank you for using your data for
That
us.
hush, that be quiet thing. I bet first 5 minutes of the game, you see that. Like opening 5, like scene, it's just like they're walking like. Shh, shh, shh. That's it.
She did it enough times that I actually thought maybe it is a mechanic.
Yeah.
Like maybe you can tell your friends to be like, psh, psh. It's probably just an emote.
Like
but
stealth animal friending. I mean,
it reminds me. There was a game by what is the name of that studio? They did Sunset and The Path and whatever. They did a game called Endless Forest, where you basically played as a deer, and it was all online, and it was pretty cool.
Oh,
Tale of Tales. That's who they're called. Yeah.
good stuff today, Ian.
Salome. They did that. That was a cool one. Yeah.
uniquely
Ian just watches Honey, I
knowledgeable.
Shrunk for the rest of the podcast.
Hey,
No, I paused
You
it.
can just hear it in the background.
honey, I made a mistake. I want to acknowledge 3 more game announcements. I think they're kind of smaller scale, right? But hey, they're new games that did not exist a week ago. West of Dead from Raw Fury. Is it Raw Fury? Don't they make arcade games?
Do they?
Am I crazy? Is that the? You know what? That's Raw Thrills.
That now sounds more like an arcade.
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
Raw
yeah.
Thrills,
So excuse me. Raw Fury made a new game called West of Dead. You did see this trailer, Huber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is West of Dead? What is
It
that?
looks okay. It's like a isometric looking twin
out.
stick shooter. It's like twin sticks isometric, but more tactical. So like
Oh.
a little cover based. doing different tactics. It reminded me of Ruiner. I don't know if you ever played that one.
I remember you talking about Ruiner. Is that the one? He's got a robot like
It's got
Daft Punk
yeah,
face.
yeah, it's like
Okay.
cyberpunk looking,
Yeah.
and it's that one is like more getting close, dash out, like attack. This one seemed kind of like that, but again, a little more tactical, cover based.
Bouncing those bullets off walls.
Yeah, there was like a ricochet bullet.
Yeah, tossing like a grenade. We did have a knife. He did
the
use
knife.
for a melee combat thing, or a
And-
finisher.
Voiced by
Oh,
Here we go.
Ron Perlman.
Cool.
you know what? That's something.
Yeah.
If
That's
you
a
told me
hook.
that sooner, I'd be like, yeah, dude, let's get in this podcast.
Also, like the,
Heck
I
yeah.
mean, obviously a Western theme, but there was something in the dialogue at the beginning. I forget. So it's something about like the dead are supposed to like head east or something, and when they don't, that's where it gets rough, and that's where he steps in. So that might also be the
West
double
of
play
Dead.
on the
Heck yeah. Okay.
I'm intrigued.
All
It's
right.
it's
double meaning.
my interest is peaked.
Yes.
But if you're
Your interest is always.
if you're not 100% interested, can you still say my interest is peaked? Because isn't that the maximum you can be interested?
No, it's
No.
No, it's
PIQ.
PIQ.
Got it.
Like it has
Yeah.
been raised.
Thanks
yeah.
for
Yeah, whole
clearing
different
that
thing, yeah.
decades.
I fell into
long
that
question.
rabbit hole on Twitter once. People were
imagine
like,
your ears
I
perking up.
see what you mean, but that's
like
not
what it
that
is.
word.
Like ears
Yeah.
perk up. Ooh.
But hey, if you want to say peaked, my interest has peaked, go for
I mean,
it.
you literally can say that.
Is
Yeah.
peaked,
Yeah.
has peaked.
I did say has just then. You're right. You can.
It's
Okay.
reached
My
my
interest
interest
is
is
peaked.
apex.
Yeah. I like that I'm like the de facto Ron Perlman fan. I'm
Yeah.
just throwing it
yeah,
to me.
yeah.
He already knew.
Sure. Oh,
He went
okay.
to your high school graduation.
Ian already
right.
knew.
Yeah.
Bossman, I don't think would care that much about Ron Perlman.
For
I
some
thought you would
reason, I
care.
love Ron Perlman.
He's
great.
Yeah.
That's
great.
Blade 2.
she's got good vibes,
Blade
man.
2,
Oh,
Ron
this is a
Perlman.
No,
Okay.
Ron Perlman is good vibes. I feel like he just gets it, dude.
He makes Blade 2 work.
He knows his role in Hollywood, and he embraces it. And I just really appreciate that. You know, he's not walking out like I'm a big shot, I'm the biggest star of Hollywood. He's like, I'm Ron Perlman.
Do you think Ron
It
Perlman
looks
has
like
ever?
he's so happy to be there.
Yeah.
Do you think Ron Perlman has ever said, "Do you know who I am"?
No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. I agree.
And he just brings excellence. He is the best Ron Perlman he can be. I just love it, man. Drake Hollow. Huber, you recognize the developers of Drake Hollow.
Is this one from Flame in the Flood?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is the one where she's like drawing a door and gets sucked in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Four
weird
players.
trailer.
Yeah.
Escalates a
yeah.
little too quickly. This trailer.
This also looked like a rare game.
And it also
Yeah.
looked like Fortnite.
It looked like Rare and Fortnite. Yeah.
Rare's Fortnite.
Oh, a certain wiggliness to it. There's a Fortnite wiggliness that this game captures. You see an enemy go, whoa, it's like Fortnite. Okay, got it. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure we have much to say about this one.
Yeah, Flame in the Flood was cool. I didn't beat it, but I played it. It's like a roguelike survival game. Had a really cool feel and vibe, so that's obviously good going into this one. I just always find it really hard to get 4 dedicated players in games like this. You know, like I tried to play the Blackout Club. It came out earlier this year, and that is like a 4-player survival type thing, and it's like you
That
need
looked really interesting, yeah.
and it's like you need people. You not only need to commit to this, but you need other people to commit, and I'm worried that that's what this looks like.
I think you need an immediately attractive premise like Dead by Daylight for that kind of thing to work.
Yeah.
I think Dead by Daylight succeeds because it just has a premise that is immediately understood and attractive.
And it's like next one.
Yeah.
Just standalone games,
Yeah.
like one after another.
Whereas I think we saw 3 or 4 different concepts in this trailer. And I think that's what Jones is talking about when he says like, escalating so fast.
They sold it on a story. I was like, oh, I'm invested in this character. And by the end, they're like, no, these are not characters. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. Well, then jump straight to the we're just running around and defeating monsters and, you know, exploring weird stuff part. It's like, that's where we got. You
Yeah.
know, and so, yeah.
Finally, Last Stop. This was the one Huber was really excited about.
Yes, because I really liked Virginia. This is from the makers of Virginia. Virginia had, it was like a David Lynch style 2-hour narrative game.
Am I solving crimes?
Yeah, you work for the FBI, if
Okay.
I remember correctly. You are definitely like a detective. The gimmick of the game was jump cuts.
Yeah.
So you would be walking to a door, and it sounds like it should not work.
I'm
but
so
it is
curious to try
awesome.
this, yeah.
Like, it'll be like, all right, meet me downstairs, and you're on like the 20th floor, and like you're going down the stairs, and like you'll see the floor. It'll be like, all right, floor 10, and then it'll all of a sudden cut and like floor 5. Or just
Okay.
like you're walking through a door, and then all of a sudden it'll cut, and the door's opening. like really hard jump cuts. But,
Edits, dude. Yeah.
but it was like it worked really cool.
Nice.
So
I liked this trailer better than Tell Me Why, because I thought this did a good job narratively as far as storytelling in a trailer using dialogue. So like you have characters that are talking about the circumstances, they're like talking around the issues. And so you have to deduce what is actually going on based on what they're saying. And there's like a little bit of mystery there where like, and Tell Me Why, like they laid out exactly what was happening. And I just thought like, I don't know if that dialogue is actually in the game or anything. It was just like the lines. Also Tell Me Why just kind of never stopped talking. They were just blah, 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 like the whole time. And it was like a little bit of dialogue fatigue there.
I hear you.
And the dialogue was just so on the nose. It's like, hi, we are these characters. This is what this game is about. Where I was just, I wanted to know more after the
Right.
after
So
this one.
in Last Stop, I think one of the first lines you hear is this guy keeps taking these women into his apartment and they never leave. And you know what? That's like not a great line, but it got us in. It's like, okay, you got a premise. Let's do this. Where are we going with this? You know, it's like, I get what you're saying, Jones.
They showed too much though. Like they showed his eyes glowing and like maybe turning into a bird or something. And I'm like, well, I don't know.
Oh, that was the last shot,
I would
wasn't
have
it?
preferred not to know that. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you.
But
now,
I guess
now
you
this
gotta
is a
sell it.
Birdman
You
game.
gotta sell it. Yeah, it's a Birdman. I've already seen Birdman.
Good film.
It's a decent film.
It's a good film. You won't see one cut in that whole film.
There are like 12 though.
I looked for them. No,
I
I
saw
looked for
'em.
them. I looked for them.
I saw 2 or 3 in there.
I looked for all the cuts.
I saw
couldn't-
2 or 3 cuts in there.
I
Kyle.
watched this. I watched this film at 25% speed. I could not find a cut.
Well, you got to see him at normal speed. That's how you detect a cut.
Oh,
Slow down. Everything looks. You know, you can't tell.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what breaks my heart?
What breaks your heart?
It's the part where he's talking to the reviewer.
Right.
Yeah, that part just breaks.
bar?
Yeah, at the bar. It's just.
She's
it's
not
just,
even giving him the time of day.
It just breaks my heart.
It's tragic.
Yeah.
He's an artist too, you know.
Yeah, it's a good film.
It's a good film.
I want to talk about the incidental exclusives that PlayStation has racked up that are now not exclusives anymore.
did
suckers.
you dub that incidental exclusives? I really like that.
What I will.
Where's the song?
These are the maybe a bit. Okay, so Yakuza is something I've been calling an incidental exclusive.
Not incidental.
Yeah, well, incidental in that like it wasn't like Sony paying for it. It was just like, oh, this is the platform that makes sense for us right now. We're just gonna be on PlayStation 4. And it's not like Sony's like, yeah, this is exclusive. And so Yakuza games are now coming to the Xbox platform.
That's right.
0, Kiwami, Kiwami 2.
Yep.
Boom.
Final Fantasy 14 coming to the Xbox platform.
Yeah, you should clarify that
Why?
because they
go.
they didn't give a date. They said in the future.
Yeah.
The most big.
That's all I
So
need to hear.
Here's the thing.
Sorry, Sony
Every
fanboys.
single year,
it's
every
not
single
exclusive
year,
anymore.
there's a quote from Naoki Yoshida, producer director of 14, or Phil Spencer saying, "Hey, we want to make this happen. This might be the year, basically, that 14 comes to the Microsoft family." And
this
every
is the
year,
year,
it's
baby.
like, it's probably not happening this year. I will say that
in 2020. You don't think it's happening in 2020?
I think it'll happen maybe 2020. I think
Wow.
I think it'll happen maybe towards the end of next year
Okay.
at the earliest.
Okay.
Yeah.
The old Kingdom Hearts games. So Kingdom Hearts 3 was on
This-
Xbox One, but the old Kingdom Hearts games.
They're
so
not
now,
just coming.
what?
They're also on Games Pass.
Yeah, I'm not going to cover like the crazy Game Pass announcements. A lot of games are coming to Game Pass in the present and future.
But like Square Enix on your game, like these games that come to Games Pass, like I know they're old, but like they like treasure Kingdom Hearts. They treasure
Yeah.
Final Fantasy. It's like you can be on Game
Okay,
Pass.
worth covering, right? Because I
Yeah.
mean, games that we're used to associating with the PlayStation brand,
Yeah.
right? No longer. So what? It's Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10. all the
Every
10
single
games, all
one
the
that like
13
came
games.
to other.
right?
Yeah, it's
15 too.
It's, yeah,
Interesting,
7,
awesome.
8 remastered, 9, 10, 10 2 remastered, 12 the Zodiac Age, all the 13 games, and Final Fantasy. Oh, they had 15 on there, but like,
But it's gonna be Game
But it's
Pass.
gonna be Games Pass is
Yes.
the big deal. Yeah.
Comrades?
I don't know about Comrades.
If not now, why after Game Pass? Still curious. They still add stuff to Comrades, dude.
Yep.
and then yeah,
I'm playing Comrades with
Ash Paulson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's going down. Get ready. Stay tuned.
I'll watch it.
Stay tuned.
But like, yeah, Kingdom Hearts though, big thing because 3 came out on Xbox, but they Xbox players didn't have the previous games before.
Yeah.
So I always had the mindset it was never it's never too late. So having 1.5, 2.5 HD collection and 2.8 on there now, they got like everything on there now. So yeah, that's nice.
So what I wanted to
Switch
ask,
still doesn't have them.
I wanted to
Take
ask
that.
the panel this. Oh, come on, man.
Never happening.
The next Yakuza game. Because we already seen the next Yakuza
The
game.
one that has
Like a dragon?
The
Yeah.
demo in
Yeah.
Japan.
We know that won't launch with Xbox, but the next one,
So like after Like a Dragon.
yes. Will that launch on Xbox?
Ooh.
launch.
Exclusive to
Yes.
Xbox?
Not
No, no,
exclusive.
it's
Will it
just
launch
like
with
it
it?
be on
day
Xbox
and day
Yes.
beyond.
Is this over? Is this incidental exclusive period over?
Because it usually launches in Japan first.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
don't
it-
think it will come to Xbox unless it's a worldwide launch.
Mm-hmm.
The answer will probably be no. Yeah.
How about Persona? Will the next Persona game?
No.
No.
Wait, Persona's still not on Xbox.
These boundaries are breaking down. There's no such thing
Didn't
as
we go through
incidental
this with
exclusive
Persona
anymore.
5 and Switch, where everyone like was saying it's coming to Switch, and
Myself
then-
included?
and people who are in the know were like, Persona is pretty much locked as a Sony franchise.
Wait.
All the other SMT stuff is fair game, but Persona is kind of like the mainline Persona games are locked to that.
Do you think Sony pays for that? Really?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
Like
just
we don't
good.
know.
Yeah.
Is that's even true? But like none of the mainline Personas have come to anything else.
Yeah, and so it's weird. I wonder. Sorry, when I first introduced this, it was in an antagonistic way, audience. Sorry about that. My genuine interest in this is going into the next generation. If this is a sign of things that have changed, or if these are to these publishers old IP that it's like it's not that important to them to transfer over at this point. Lower stakes.
I'm always in the camp. I'm always in the belief that like, if I'm Square Enix or let's bring up Yakuza. If
Sure.
I'm Sega,
Yeah.
bring these games to an
Yeah.
audience that cannot play them or hasn't had the ability to play them because it again the Yakuza's on PlayStation and PC.
Yeah.
So it's like let these people catch up, and then now later down the line when we do make a new game, you're all caught up, you're on board, you're hyped. Like just build the fan base.
Well, here's the other thing. I think Game Pass is the reason they're coming. I think Game Pass is the reason why these incidental exclusives finally aren't exclusive anymore. I think that Square Enix got a big paycheck, and I think that Sega got a big paycheck to bring Yakuza and these Final Fantasy games and the Kingdom Hearts games too.
So if you believe that, then does that mean you don't believe that like future ones will come if they're not like Games Pass games? Then like if they're like that launch, like the next big Persona, next big Yakuza probably won't be ever be considered for a Games Pass game. They'll want like that physical release to get all that money.
This is what I worry about, Damiani, is the sustainability of Game Pass. It's good. Game Pass is going to have a sick 2020. Based off what they announced, 2020 is going to be a huge must-own year for Game Pass. But Microsoft is spending a lot of... We know Square Enix said pay us a lot of money for this. We just know that. And so they're spending up to get people interested in this platform. And it's not Mandalorian. It's not stuff they own. And so like
it's really interesting.
I am concerned about it. You know, I am concerned about how long this lasts, how much you have to put up, how long it goes for.
Either way, today, it's a good move.
Yes.
Right
okay.
in this
I hear you.
very moment, it's so good because Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and Yakuza are three big franchises that people are die hard about, like
Yes.
dedicated. So getting all these games on Xbox, even if they're old, just being able to say, hey, play all these games here on Xbox
For $1.
like,
That's what
for
I love
$1,
about it, dude.
That's
Yes.
Yeah,
so
the Games Pass
good.
part of
Two
it is
thumbs
because
up.
a lot. I mean, again, if people, if anyone forgot, a lot of these Final Fantasy games already had come out on Xbox.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they've already been on there. So,
And the 13 ones have been like
yeah.
backwards compatible.
It's basically
remastered,
the Kingdom Hearts
basically,
were the brand new ones
Yes.
announced because they never happened, and
Yeah.
Yakuza as well because those had not happened either. So. It's interesting to think about that, you know, the sustainability because, you know, it feels like back catalog games are like the ones that some of these companies are going to be most interested in putting on a service like that. But as newer games come out and like you kind of use up all the back catalog of games, it's just they're not going to be giving you the newer games. Like we were talking about earlier, will Square Enix or Sega be giving, you know, new Yakuza games or new Final Fantasy games or new Kingdom Hearts or even like, you know, Persona? Like, is that going to stay like with PlayStation?
Right.
What does that mean for the future Games Pass in a few years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah,
They
I
made a
get it.
strong
I get
case
it
for
now.
Game Pass.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
wonder
good case.
If advertising factors into this kind of like non-exclusivity stuff, where like, because it always cracks me up when I'll see some commercial on TV and then at the end it's like PlayStation. I'm like, what? Like, there's nothing in this commercial said PlayStation. They just whoop at the end, and then like, oh, there's just the Xbox logo at the end.
Yeah.
And then
like
I think
for like Star Wars.
and then I think like,
yeah.
oh, they probably have some exclusive deal for exclusive content or some DLC for a year, and like, nope, it's just the Xbox version of that same commercial.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if they're like, well, we're already spending this ad money, so if you give it, if you bring it to our console, we'll slide you right in there with those ads, and you get free commercials technically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
Not based on anything. I've just always wondered.
no, it's wild, man. Like it's
Or other deals like that. Things we're already gonna do, and then we'll make a trailer, we'll put it on our YouTube channel. All these things of just getting the word out, especially if if it's been a year or two and nobody's talking about it anymore.
yeah. And I think what's weird is I think it was rumored, maybe that's just been dropped, but that Square Enix was planning their own streaming service as well. And so like maybe this is a forfeit of that. Who knows? Also worth mentioning that today it was brought up that in 2020, xCloud will be coming to Game Pass. Something I think we all expected to be happening eventually, so that you don't not only download the games from Game Pass, but you can just stream them as well. Basically, the lines between PS Now and Xbox Game Pass are going to be very much blurred in the next 2 years.
I love this. So exciting. I feel like everyone is like filling up their fuel tanks. We're all at the starting line. Like, all right, get all your ducks in a row. Let's get all of our Game Pass games set, ready to go. Initiate next gen.
The woman in the shorts, she's taking off her bandana. Yeah.
Everyone's getting ready.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of desperation,
No,
like
it's like
everyone seems
nice
pretty
and
pretty
calm.
cozy. Everybody
Yeah.
seems to be in a pretty good place.
You're right. Yeah.
To do their thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Xbox can't be, Sony can't be Nintendo. Like they're all doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Totally.
Do you all hear that? It sounds like it's podcast halftime.
Had to check his computer. The following are the official sponsors of Easy Allies for the month of November. We are the official allies. Car Keys Express. If you need a replacement car key or a remote, check out carkeysexpress.com/store. Use the coupon code EZA at checkout for free shipping and 10% off of your order. They are proud sponsors of Easy Allies. Shadow Soul, an action-adventure webcomic inspired by Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. It follows 3 childhood friends who are trying to fight a world-dominating empire, the Lite's Order. Shadow Soul not only explores classic anime themes of friendship, bonds, and getting stronger, it tackles more confrontational topics like religion, sexuality, oppression, and freedom. There are 52 chapters to read currently, with updates happening regularly. You can read by searching Shadow Soul on webtoons.com or the app. If you like anime books as much as Jones does, then this is the comic for you. El Thanos. Ground Awesome. Do you enjoy high-quality sound and video production? Well, they don't have that. Come check out mediocre gameplay at twitch.tv/groundawesome. That is twitch.tv/groundawesome. Check out their playthrough of Pokemon Shield and join in the chat. Our gifted sponsor is SOS Children's Villages. Children are at the heart of everything SOS Children's Villages does, regardless of where they are in the world. SOS Children's Villages is the largest non-governmental organization dedicated to the long-term care of orphaned and abandoned children across the globe. For more information and to donate, the link is in the description. And our mega sponsor, ViewSonic. Ever wonder what a gaming monitor from Tron might look like? How about the most Star Trek monitor ever? The new XG27 series from ViewSonic Elite has finally dropped and looks fantastic. Featuring innovative nano IPS technology, a 1 millisecond response time, and 165 Hz refresh rate, your monitor of the future has finally arrived. Visit viewsonic.com/elite to learn more, and for giveaways and updates, follow @ViewSonic Gaming on Instagram and Twitter. All of these links are available in the description. Thank you to our sponsors.
Jones, you said regularly really well.
Regularly.
That's one of my hardest words.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
talked about it before. It's such a hard word. You
Regularly.
nailed
Something
it.
else. I can't remember.
God, you nailed it.
I think you did good, dude.
I slipped
Bonds.
something.
No, that was
You
good.
didn't look at camera 8.
Oh no, that was the botch.
Huber's distracted.
No internet.
Let's
this is
let's do it again.
do
Let's
it
do it
again.
again.
Okay,
Let's do it
last
again.
one,
Okay,
last one.
okay.
Do the
Check your
links are in the
laptop first.
sponsors, whatever.
Okay.
Are you ready? Do the.
All of these links are available in the description. Thank you to our sponsors.
There you go.
All right.
There we go.
Listeners, you missed out on it.
Listeners are like, what are they talking about?
Camera A is like a special little Jones shot. It's really nice. Just oof.
Camera A.
8.
No, A.
Camera A. Sorry,
okay.
Ian.
All
It's
right.
Now
A.
we're dubbing it Camera A.
Hey.
Hey.
NPDs, October NPDs dropped pretty quickly before this podcast.
Sorry, banging.
Yeah, no banging.
Houston
Those
Astros
are
over
MP
here.
days.
We gotta keep that up all year
Is it
long.
number
Oh,
two?
yeah.
Is it number 2 spot?
Yes.
Astros.
I want to make sure that any Astro fan feels ashamed. October NPDs revealed NPDs sales data for the U.S. of
Nice.
the United States of America. I'm just going to hit you with some quick things. We're not going to stick in this segment for too long, unfortunately, this week. Number 1,
Easy.
easy.
The easy.
Ring Fit Adventure. No, just kidding.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty
Call of
Modern
Duty,
Warfare. Yeah.
600 million right in one day?
Yeah, dude, too easy. Yeah, just
too easy.
Dude. Made more money than the Joker. So,
Okay.
so man.
Okay.
Just Joker.
Okay.
Kyle.
$60 games. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Joker.
Take that.
Joker
$15
fanboys.
tickets.
No, all the comments are Joker fanboys every single week. They're just always making fun of like other games that don't make as much money as the Joker. It's not right.
You think Pokemon will make as much as Joker?
If I'm to believe from the Joker fanboys, it won't. But I think Pokemon has a chance to beat the Joker. And I mean, I'm just asking for another half the comments to like. It's at this point 60% Joker comments. If you look at the Easy Eyes podcast,
Good balance.
The Outer Worlds number 2.
Yay!
That's a huge.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a wow. That's a legit wow.
I was gonna say last month's number 1 was gonna
Yeah.
take the number 2 spot again. But,
Good on Obsidian. Like,
Yeah.
Good on you. You made that RPG happen.
seriously.
Wow, I don't know what the magic bullet was there. Is
Obsidian.
that just purely the dev? That's awesome.
Name
It's
recognition?
not purely the dev, right? Because I honestly think
Fallout,
this.
but-
It was the Fallout rubber band
Yes,
effect.
I do. I think it's a. I think it's a
pushback.
reaction to Bethesda.
It's a
almost.
reaction, yeah. No, not to
And-
discredit Obsidian making phenomenal games. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But
Because there was a time we were all cracking up at Far Cry New Dawn and Rage 2 and Outer World. Like there's just like a lot of like like goofy sci-fi games. Like when none of these games had come out.
Yeah.
And then like it's been so long since that other stuff. It's hard to remember that stuff was this year. And I I haven't spent time with all of those games, but I think Outer Worlds is reviewing better, and I've heard better things about it.
Yeah.
And just word of mouth was fantastic.
It's very fun to see a Game Pass game still succeed retail-wise. It's really
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
so cool.
Number 3, Damiani's still not one of last month's games.
Oh wow.
Do you know what it is?
No.
It came at the very butt end of October.
Luigi's Mansion 3?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
That's really good.
Put a little star next to that because we're not counting digital. Luigi's Mansion 3 sold crazy well. Yeah. I think
Digital.
I think there's no question it'll sell more than 3D World. A question I asked in this podcast 2 weeks ago. It's like it's got it.
Probably not as much as Joker, though.
Probably not as much as Joker.
And that was one of the most solid release dates of the year. I mean, that game dropping on Halloween was pretty sweet.
No, everyone here hates that.
Yeah.
I only hear Huber complain about it.
A couple days before.
Yeah. Halloween should
November
not come
1st,
out on
I'm like,
Halloween.
yeah.
Listeners,
okay.
you're missing a shooing gesture from Huber.
But
But
It's
I
November.
Think, but because Hubert, I think because you and I love Halloween, we love October. So like, I get where you're coming from like a not nostalgia, but just from like a warm and fuzzy standpoint. It's pure sales though.
Yeah.
People are in like literally
That
like
night.
they're taking the night off. Like they're just like all I'm doing is jumping into something. What do I need?
I couldn't disagree more, Jones.
Oh,
I
really?
couldn't disagree more.
Oh,
The day after Halloween, you know what they're doing at grocery stores?
the night of.
Damn Christmas music.
it's the night. of.
No, people are the most
Get
jazzed about
ready.
Halloween the week leading up to Halloween, right? Like
I
before
think so.
you've gone
Right,
to
but
3
that's
costume
but you're not
parties.
staying home. That's it. You're not staying home. You're not staying home playing games those
Nobody
nights.
stays
You're going
home on
partying.
Halloween.
You're going
You're
out.
trick-or-treating.
You're going to restaurants. You're going to
You're
friends' parties.
trick-or-treating. Or being
This is
interrupted. constantly by
2019. I'm staying
trick-or-treaters.
home playing Luigi's
I don't go
Mansion.
anywhere.
I don't,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
what are you
done
talking
nine,
about?
Yeah.
10 at the absolute
I'm
very,
just
very
saying-
latest.
I'm partying with the Ouija.
I think more people would be happy if it came out
Clearly
like
it
a few
works.
days before.
I think it's just a good PR move. Honestly, it's just a good,
The novelty.
memorable release date.
It's
the
on
novelty.
Halloween.
Because
Yeah.
you can just say Halloween.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Like how Knives Out just says Thanksgiving.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, just for games, it's dangerous to like have such a perfect release date. Then it's like we can't you know, it's interesting to think of an Animal Crossing as a project that can be delayed, and Luigi's Mansion 3, no.
Yeah.
There's a Friday the 13th coming up in December. They could have done it there.
Yeah. Well, the previous two
Good
came
point.
out,
Good point.
Good fallback point.
Fair point.
the previous two came out like in the fall range. I want to say Dark Moon came out in October-ish, maybe, and then Luigi's Mansion Original was a GameCube launch title. So,
Man, that's a cool game.
yeah.
WWE 2K20, was that October?
Yo,
That was number
Bugfest
4.
2020.
Oh my gosh, that makes
Bugfest
me...
2020.
That was number 7.
That is
I think that's disappointing.
purely on name recognition right
Yeah.
there.
I think they wanted better than 7. I think that Ukes has the last laugh here.
It's one of the most broken games
Yeah.
of the year.
Oh, we talked about it on this podcast.
But I would love to know the percentage of people that bought it because of that saw the gifts and were
True.
like, ooh, I actually got to check this
Oh
out.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to get in on this.
I want to get I wanna
A
be a part of
streamer's
that.
delight.
Yeah.
That's why
True.
the Love and Respect submission broke my heart so much, is that there's just WWE fans who just buy the game because they love the brand. They love these people and they want to play as them. It's just
There should
like,
be a category on Twitch called
Streamer's delight.
okay.
Because that's it. It's not, the joke's gonna be over in 2 weeks. You got to get in
Yes. Got to get in the Streamer's
Streamer's
Delight.
Delight.
That's yeah. There you go, Twitch. Pay attention.
Damiani, what's number 10? What hit number 10?
Ring Fit Adventure.
It did.
There we go.
Yes. Should also be worth
Really?
noting that the way NPD ranks things, it is by dollars, and so that was an $80 game.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right.
But no digital, right? That's just all physical, obviously. Ring Fit
Nintendo
Adventure.
Switch, man.
Yeah. It's not the Wii Fit. Wii Fit obviously demolished. Wii Fit ate everybody up. It was a monster. But yeah, Ring Fit Adventure selling
Was Wii
copies.
Fit 80
selling
at
rings.
launch too?
Wii Fit was I think
like
a hundo.
120.
But I
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
I don't
I'm
remember
gonna look it
there.
up.
Okay.
I mean, sales aside, I don't remember there being like a fervor around Wii Fit as far as like performance or like how much people were actually getting out of it. Or like I saw a lot on social media. People were like, "Whoa, that game just kicked my ass!" Like,
Yes,
that
true.
was real hard. I only played that for 40 minutes. I'm sweating. I got to stop.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
we've-
so like that helps. I think that shows that it's
$89.99.
how much?
$89.99.
Okay.
At launch?
Yeah, apparently.
Nice. Yeah. No, we Fit had the soundbite.
My body's ready? Yeah.
That's what that was from? I
Jones,
guess that makes sense.
the only time anyone has ever told me that I look like I'm in good shape, it was when I was playing Wii Fit. It's like, hey man, you've been working out? Like, yeah.
Oh, I
you
thought
gonna
you
get
meant-
Ring Fit?
Were they talking about? Were they talking
Wii
about?
Fit back in the day. No,
No,
Wii
but-
Fit U. I was playing Wii Fit U. Dude.
Ring Fit.
It would have to be like next year, dude. I have to hop in like next
That's
year.
like when I cosplayed
Yeah.
as you, the physique just killed it. I saw people on Twitter. They were like, nah,
Yeah, you should have had to lose some, get some scrawniness.
You had to
Jones,
commit to
yeah.
that for a couple months, Jones. It didn't
Shave
work
off.
out.
Yeah.
Kyle, when you first said that the last time someone told you look good was when you were playing Wii Fit, I thought you meant it was the Wii Fit trainer who was like, "You're looking good."
You
And I was
look
like,
good.
I was like, that is the saddest
I was
thing I've
like,
ever
they're
heard.
talking about your me.
Great posture, Kyle. I'm introducing another new segment this week.
Okay.
This one, I think it's called "You Should Be Embarrassed." Now,
The sequel to Shouldn't Have Done That.
I got some targets.
Houston Astros?
Yeah, Houston Astros, you should be embarrassed. So here's what happens. Kyle lines up his targets, and I'm going to tell him you should be embarrassed. And it's up to the panel to say, Kyle, like, back off, dude. No. They should not be embarrassed. Or go get him, Kyle. Sick him. Okay? Ready?
Go.
Kojima accepting a Guinness World Record for most followers on Twitter and Instagram. You should be embarrassed.
No.
Wait, he has the most?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Of any video game director.
Oh, I was
the
like,
most
that can't be
followed
true.
video game director. I'm saying you should be embarrassed for accepting that award.
Guinness should be embarrassed for having that award.
They
Yeah,
shouldn't
that's
because
way too
this is how they
specific.
operate. This is
Oh,
how
dude, that's
it's
Guinness,
too
man.
That's their whole
specific.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's the joy of Guinness. Is just how weird are human beings. You know, like,
most
That's the
most
thing,
followers for a person named Kyle Bossman.
Yeah.
goes
Yes.
to.
And when I saw the when I looked it up, TechSpot was the article. I really like what they did because they said, hey, by the way, Barack Obama, Katy Perry, and Justin Bieber, they all have over 100 mil. Kojima on Twitter, Kojima's got 2.8 mil. So it's like, hey, nice job, buddy.
yeah.
Good job.
Greg Miller have that beat in 2 years.
You're 2% of Barack Obama. Like, great. Get your little trophy. You should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed for picking up that award and taking the photo op.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just doing the publicity. I still think that's ridiculous that Guinness has that award.
They didn't have the award before. There was
They
no
invented
video game
it.
director who just got superseded. They created it.
If Kojima
Yeah.
called them and asked them to create it, he should be embarrassed.
He's done so many
that
things.
makes it even better.
This man has accomplished so many things. His Twitter following is not it. It's not the thing. It's not the thing that makes him special. It just
Yeah.
makes
Especially
him.
because he has 2 accounts, right? He's got a Japanese and an English account.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Does it
I bet they were combined, dude.
Oh no! Here we go.
triggered?
You know why? It's because, like, Death Stranding was my Pop-Tart. I really put myself out there for Death Stranding. And then it comes up, Death Stranding is a brand, dude. Death Stranding is a brand. Death Stranding is happy that people don't like it.
It wants to be divisive.
Yes.
It's
Well, it's like MGS2,
Yeah.
like being mad about Snake not being in it. It's
Yes.
the point.
The
you
point
know,
of
like,
Death Stranding
being
is selling
bored,
$300 watches.
It's working.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're making it a brand. You're making it this exclusive thing. The people who like it just feel better for liking it. Oh, okay. I believed in you, Death Stranding. You are my Pop-Tart. You still are my Pop-Tart.
Did you beat it?
No, dude, I haven't beaten Chapter 2.
Chapter
Next
3 is
up.
the best one.
Here we go.
Oh,
Same with Red Dead.
dear, dear.
Stadia lineup, launch lineup. You should be embarrassed.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You want to hear this launch lineup?
Sick 'em, Kyle.
Go get him.
Okay. Here's
Go,
the
Kyle.
launch lineup for Google Stadia.
Tomb Raiders.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Oh. Destiny 2 The Collection. That's a free-to-play game. Guilt? Okay. Hey, that's an exclusive. You got Guilt. Just Dance 2020.
Sure, of course.
That's a
I mean, it's a
Wii
given.
game.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's a Wii game.
Kina? I don't know what Kina is. Should have Googled it. Sorry. Mortal
don't
Kombat
have
11.
internet.
What?
We don't have internet.
We don't have internet. How am I supposed to? Rise of the Tomb Raider. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Don't bite me.
Okay. Hey, you know what?
Red Dead 2.
Count it.
Red
Count
Dead
it.
2.
Yeah.
Count it.
I think that's the major curiosity. I think
Yeah.
that
What'll
is the
that look
test.
like on Stadia?
And I
Yeah.
also think Mortal Kombat 11 is an interesting choice just because that's either going to
like-
work or it's not. You know,
Yeah.
like,
so true, Jones.
Yeah.
So I think that's an interesting test.
Great test.
I mean, Samurai Showdown, also a
Also,
fighting
right.
game.
yeah, any fighting game.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Oh, Thumper. Weird, but cool, actually. And,
That one in a while.
Also a pretty fast-paced game, so.
yeah, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. As Jones said, three
Tomb
different
Raider.
Tomb Raider games in the 12 title launch lineup for Google Stadia.
Weird there's no, like, package. Weird I got to pay, $180 for.
Oh, no. If Tomb Raider is 60, dude,
Or
no
whatever,
way. No
right,
way
yeah.
that's a $60 game. But man, that's just, there's nothing exciting about
definitive
that launch
trilogy.
lineup.
This year,
Yeah.
when everyone was slamming Stadia, I was like, let's, I'm curious. I want to
Oh, yeah. Same with the Joker
Yeah.
fanboys in the comments.
Like, I want to
Yes.
give this a chance.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, I don't have a great computer. I want to maybe see what we got. I want to try Cyberpunk on here. Or Red Dead 2, I want to try it on here.
Yeah.
But this lineup and all the missing features that have gone on, like this
Oh, dude, it will not launch with a
Yeah.
visual UI.
this whole situation now,
Yes.
right at the finish line. Right at the finish line. This thing launches in days.
Yeah.
It just seems like absolute chaos.
Dude, everyone's the gas up analogy. Everybody's fueling up and they're ready. They're revving their engines,
Yeah.
and they're just like, I don't know, man. They got like a bike that it just has one tire right now, and somebody's like, "Where's the second tire? Where is it? Get me the second tire!" And there's like somebody hosting an AMA, just like the second tire is coming. You're gonna love the one tire. It's gonna be, oh my goodness.
Sometime in 2020, we're going to have that second tire.
yeah.
I used to love making fun of Stadia, but like it deserves it now. It's like it's just there now, where it's like, man, you messed
Yeah,
up.
especially after today with like everything they announced with xCloud and
Yeah.
like what's going to be on that. It's just like Microsoft has their plan together. They clearly have a vision. They clearly are going to have a better roadmap to get in here. This whole process with Stadia has just been felt so haphazard. Just let's try it because we want to be first, and if it works, yay, we'll be there. If it doesn't, hey, we'll write it off as another loss because we're Google and we could take it. It's like,
Well, that's the thing is like, I've heard devs have been worried about this, but me as a consumer too, it's like Google just like quits stuff that I'm using, stuff that everybody uses, like Hangouts. They're just canceling Hangouts for no real reason and replacing it with 4 other things, and it's just like, why put your faith in a company that just does that? Like, if Stadia doesn't perform, they're just gonna cut it. Like that's crazy.
I think that's the concern is like Disney Plus was rocky at launch, but it's like it's not going anywhere. It's not Disney gonna be like, well, that didn't work. You know, you're like it'll be fine tomorrow.
Everything back in the vault.
Yeah. Whereas this is like,
it.
so many people are investing in this. It's like, damn, if this really, falls over that first hurdle, right out of the gate.
To me, Red Dead 2 is like the only test with this at this point, with this launch lineup.
Yeah.
If you can do one thing, if you can run Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the best looking, most demanding games there is, if you can run this with like high graphics and it runs well, like to me, that'll mostly be a success then with Stadia.
If you can have hardcore streamers make the switch, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. And
So.
you're not.
And
It's
why the
not- yeah,
lineup
it's
now?
not
Consumer's
gonna
delight.
Why, if it's this lineup, why now? Why
Jones, I
didn't
think
this
it wasn't
lineup happen
finalized
6
till
months
now.
ago?
I bet
what?
they didn't even know, dude.
And why even was this something that they released? Or they were like, and here's our lineup, or
Yeah.
did just okay,
Yeah.
that was a bad idea.
I would say, like-
I would have just kind of slowly rolled out new like every 2 weeks, and this is gonna be on it, and this is gonna be on it. So we don't really know, like we don't have that image in our brain of just the 2 rows.
Yeah.
Like we're like, yeah, how many games is it? It might be 14, might be 22. I don't remember. It's like, nope. It's 3 Tomb Raiders, 2 fighting games, Red Dead, some Ubisoft stuff,
Yeah.
Just Dance, Thumper, and 2 games I don't know.
Mostly year-old games. Mostly 1-year-old games.
Yeah.
Or
So crazy.
more.
Yeah.
But like that's the weird thing to me is like, is this being touted as the actual launch or is this like a beta or something?
This is being touted as the launch.
Yeah. So
However,
they should have delayed this launch.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not going to get another day. There's not
Right.
going to be something that happens in 2020. Everyone's going to be like, wait, did you hear about the Stadia thing coming up? It's
Like,
just,
if
we're
they-
just gonna
sucks is
accept-
it-
no, it's
'cause
out.
it
It's
is
it's
the
a
beta.
consumer product now, and
It is,
Yeah.
I mean, like in practice, it's a beta, and like if they have this crappy lineup and most of their features aren't ready yet, then don't release the thing.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Do it next year.
it's
What?
super confusing what hardware you need to actually own. Because it was like, oh no, there's a specific type of Chromecast, and now it's like, no, there's a very specific type of Chrome.
Right.
Even the thing just by name that they said before, it's got to be a new version of that specific
They're
Chromecast.
going to update the firmware later.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
so
Oh
like
my
that
gosh.
day of, again, it's the Santa messing up Christmas presents. You know,
Dude,
like-
I want to be like just having popcorn watching the launch of this thing. This is going to be a
Yeah.
riot.
Go ahead.
Yeah, how much of this rush job is due to the feeling the pressure that Scarlet and PS5 blowout is imminent, and they're going to be like lost and all that? Like they
Yeah,
have to be ahead of that.
I'm sure it's holiday season. They're still
Yeah.
going to hit holiday season.
And that too,
2019,
Black
right?
Friday,
Yeah.
Game Awards, dude. Get some Keeley
yeah.
commercials.
Like this might have been
bet
like their best window.
There will be a Stadia commercial.
Yeah, will there be during the
Yes.
Game Awards a Stadia
Multiple
commercial?
At
Stadia
least one,
commercials.
probably 2.
I won't get involved with this, but I will say that's a highly interesting question.
I also wonder how well Stadia will perform as a holiday gift item because I feel like it's too complex.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
too
is.
complex to be a
Yeah.
good gift
Yeah.
because you're buying it for someone you don't even understand if you're like forcing them to subscribe to something or what, you know?
Yeah.
It's wild.
It is
and
wild.
the iOS and Android's not until next year ? And they like made such a big deal about that at the announcement, and it's like, don't do that at the announcement, or do that and then say immediately that day like that was just a tech test. Is something we're working on. It's not going to be there later.
Yeah.
It's just kind of slip it under the rug, because if Stadia doesn't work at launch and then in like September of 2020 it finally comes to iOS, people are going to be like, oh, it's broken like it was. Oh, Stadia is just kind of like a glitchy thing. And like, no, they fixed it now. It now works on iOS. And it's like, well, didn't it launch on iOS last year? No, it launched now. Like, there's no way, even for us, it's going to be confusing. Like,
Yeah.
It's
Botchamania, dude.
it's muddy.
Lastly,
Feels bad.
people angry about Pokemon, you should be embarrassed.
Oh no.
Yeah. Dark Prince is here, baby. Anyone who's angry about Pokemon Sword and Shield, you should
People
be
not angry about Pokemon.
embarrassed. Wait, what? Sorry?
When are people not angry about Pokemon? People are angry about Pokemon when there's not a
Daily, yeah.
Yeah.
game coming out.
It's time to stop being mad. You know what I mean? I talked about it on this podcast a while ago. You're being mad at Barney. You're being mad at Sesame Street. Yeah, it's been hard. It was
I don't
hard
know,
for me
dude.
to accept.
Sesame Street doesn't make 90 bill. That's the as we've very recently established.
Yeah, Sesame Street makes good money.
Isn't,
though, dude.
like,
The
only,
Elmo
like-
bucks? Come on.
Is Pokemon the biggest
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
biggest.
Hello Kitty's right below it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy knows his media franchises.
He listens to the podcast.
He does
Come
not
on.
listen to this podcast.
Come on.
He doesn't listen to podcasts when he's on it. He's had tuned out half the time.
You think he's good at research? He's good at acting. That's what he's good at.
Evil Kyle right there.
But important to note that it's the Pokemon company that made 95 bill, I think it is officially, and Game Freak is not a $95 billion company.
Sure. Well, no, Pokemon the franchise made.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, it's a big weird week. Here's the thing. Yeah, there's a bunch of sucky things about Pokemon Sword and Shield. We all have to hold hands and make eye contact with each other and accept the sad fact that it is indeed a children's game, and that sucks. It's a sucky realization. Pokemon could be so much more, but you can't be mad at it. It's just hurting yourself, and you should be embarrassed.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about Pokemon on the podcast.
Yes.
But this timestamp will just say you should be embarrassed.
No.
So it's not, if I'm looking in, if the podcast comes out this
Yeah.
week and I don't watch the episode, I just go straight to the description and I'm like,
Yeah.
did they do it? Oh, they didn't talk about Pokemon.
You
They
should say
did. Kyle
Pokemon
just snuck it
fans,
in there.
:
And part of a smaller
you should be
segment.
embarrassed.
Yeah, it should say Pokemon fans should be embarrassed. It's gonna just to get people to click.
Okay.
Yeah. At the hour and 12-minute mark.
You should be embarrassed.
Time code clickbait.
Parentheses, Pokemon fans.
Yes. I mean, do you think that angry Pokemon fans have any grounds to stand on with this? Is their anger warranted?
There are two different things. There is all of the issues that are happening with Pokemon, all of the problems that you've seen with development, all of the mismanagement happening at the company, the miscommunication, the confusion between a Japanese company selling a product to an American audience, because like I'm not caught up on what, Japanese audiences feel about this. I'm only reading tweets from people that speak English. And so like who knows what kind of, I know people are like, there is no language barrier, it's been translated, but like all of that and the experience you have putting 30 hours into the game are two completely different things. That's kind of one of my big takeaways is that like I'm not saying that you play the game and then we'll know, it is for kids or, it's actually fun at the end of the day. You might still hate it after 30, 40 hours, but at least add that to your repertoire. Because it's frustrating as reviewers, as people that cover games, that like for a lot of people making these arguments, playing a game and then talking about it seems to have like zero value to them. It's like, no. I saw someone stream this for 5 minutes. I'm caught up. I saw an image of wire meshes. I know exactly what's happening. I'm like, what?
Here's what I would
game
say.
Development's a lot more complicated than that. Not that you're wrong, but it's just the conversation needs to be longer than that, more complex than that.
Because that's the thing
more nuanced.
is the people who are angry are correct. Everything they say is
sure.
wrong about this game is correct.
Yeah, there's classic like gigantic long images of all of the issues, and like I'm reading through those, and one is like the music's bad. It's like, oh, all right,
Correct. Correct though.
it's not fact.
That's opinion. I think
There are less Pokemon. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Like the music's bad. Like that's not it.
it's the way they're going about it. I think.
Yeah.
Like, there's a way to go about this and like be more constructive and be less hateful and more like contributing something useful, being like maybe saying like this is why I am disappointed versus end Game Freak, like whatever hashtag is now the one that they're trying to like use again. I'm not even keeping up with it. I just like tuned it all out because I'm just tired of this.
Yeah.
But I mean, feedback. There should be feedback given to the developers and stuff. It's just don't be so angry and don't be so aggressive going after them like this. It's too much. I feel like Pokemon fans have always been really passionate, and in the past has always been. It felt like the people they were going after were anyone who was like calling it the same game every year. Like, oh, stop that! Like, you don't really play Pokemon and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And now it's like the complete opposite. Like, they're going after it for being like too same. It's like, oh, we just did like a 180 here. I was like, okay, but at the same time, like. It's good to be passionate about something. It's good to be a fan. But in the past, we've seen so many times where fans or consumers will go after either a developer or an individual within a company and make them the target of like a campaign. It's like, that's not how you go about doing this. Like, feel free to voice your criticisms about this. Say, hey, Game Freak, you told us this, but it's this, why did you do that? Like, what was the reason for that? Don't have to be like all up in arms, like, cancel this stuff. And it's like, I mean, again, I understand why they're disappointed. I just think the tone and the manner they're going about this is just all wrong.
Yeah, a little too quick to be hateful and hurtful, before you played the game, before you have all the facts. Like Tommy, just like everything you guys were saying, ask questions, get all the facts before you're immediately condemning these people for making this video game.
One thing I do want to say is that, especially in the internet era, jokes work. Don't get mad. Get funny.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, look at
You'll
Sonic
get more
the Hedgehog.
views. You get, yeah.
You like everyone made Sonic the Hedgehog was a joke. You know what I mean? It wasn't as much anger as it was. This is horrific. This is so funny. Everybody look at Sonic the Hedgehog.
What is
The teeth in his eyes.
Yes.
You know, like, it's great.
yeah.
Kyle, I see all the Joker fans in the comments for the new Sonic trailer,
Yes.
and they're all spamming, thank you Viacom for listening, or thank you Paramount for listening.
Yes.
And they're like, 2019, Viacom listened, fans, thank you. Then they say, Disney didn't listen.
Yeah.
What's the Disney didn't listen part?
Okay, so it's hard to get
Okay.
Joker fans. Definitely, it's
yeah.
definitely hard to get
I don't
Joker
get, like,
fans.
yeah.
Sometimes they're mad about Star Wars. Sometimes they're mad about Marvel.
Okay.
They had a really hard time with Thanos' face being different from the end of Avengers.
Yes.
And this was like, wait, what happened to that face? What happened to that guy? Why did they just replace the actor of Thanos? And so, like, it's honestly, it's hard to peg the Joker fans.
Okay, I gotcha.
But this week was a big win for Joker fans when Sonic was redesigned and actually looks really good.
The thing with Game Freak that's funny to me is like, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with Huber in that I'm like, I don't see a need for vitriol in situations like this, but like, the thing that's funny to me is even as a little kid, I was like, there's two versions of the same game, like. Every Pokemon release has seemed like a shameless cash grab to me. They released two,
Yes, it's always been, right?
3, sometimes 4 versions of the same damn game.
It did
And
seem
it's
like par
why
for the
are we-
course. Yeah.
Yeah, why are we
Well-
mad at this company now? They've
By the
been
time-
shitty weird since the beginning. Like, what?
Yeah.
By the time
fair enough.
Diamond came out, Kyle, I was like, these are kids' games.
You saw it before I did. You saw the light before I did, Huber.
Well, and
Well,
like,
we talked about this in Brandon Plays Pokemon. I had a completely different perception of what the series was before I jumped in. I'm like, oh, it has a story. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is absolutely. That was 3 years ago, right? Well, they came to that realization. Yeah.
But,
well,
like,
and
even,
what was
you know-
Sun and Moon and then Sun and Moon Ultra or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, I had to
Ultra
have
Sun,
you
Ultra.
explain that to me like 5 times. Or I was like, wait, it's the same games on the same system? Like, what?
yeah,
What?
Ultra not worth it, man.
It's so crazy to me that people aren't like. People are mad about the weirdest things. I
Yeah.
feel like.
But I always try on this podcast never to say definitively, well, this developer did this for this reason. Even something like Rockstar that I'm obsessed with, I have no idea. Like, I don't know, like why they make the decision. So it's always, I wonder. I always try to picture the boardroom. Like when these decisions are made, what was that process? And so when I see people that are just like, I know what Game Freak did. It's like no, you live in America. They are Japanese. It's impossible. Like you can't say what's working at this company on the other side of the world, making this franchise.
But you can make jokes.
But you can make jokes.
Yes.
And it here reminds me of Breakpoint, where it's like broken but fun. It's like both of these. It's like Twilight Zone. Both of these things are true. Like there are a lot of issues with the game. There are certainly things you can complain about. There are a lot of eye-opening things that I was like, what are they? Ooh, that's kind of damning, actually. But you can still have fun. I agree with a lot of the things that they're saying, and I am buying that tonight. Both of those things are true.
Yeah.
This is not a good podcast, but I love coming back every week. It's like both
It's
of
now
those
time for
things-
love and respect.
All right.
Love and respect. Love and respect. This guy coming in here, I don't like this podcast. Let's do it. Oh my goodness, this update.
Uh-oh.
I'm ready for this.
Uh-oh.
From G the Finger. Update time.
Here we go.
And by the way, I had to have these open on my phone, the submissions to Love and Respect, and then rewrite them into my laptop. So dumb. I am the Frasier-esque snob that recommended my friend not play Witcher 3 on Switch Lite in fear that the quality of the port or platform it's played on would cause her to not enjoy the title. Or, excuse me, not enjoy the title, not the substance of the game itself. I gave her the advice, and like anyone who knows me would do, she ignored it and bought the game. After 10 hours of gameplay, she gave me her impressions. She deleted it.
Smart woman.
No, stop.
Sick 'em, Ian. Sick 'em.
Yeah, no amount of graphics.
bet-
No amount of graphics is gonna fix that problem.
Yeah. I've been repeatedly told you have to play that game for 75 hours before it gets good.
Oh, you don't.
My fears have been realized. With the 30 to 60 minutes she had on a daily basis, fitting in a few minutes here and there on the bus, waiting for appointments, or right before bed, she never had enough consistent time to fully engross herself in the world. She compared it to watching Game of Thrones on an iPod, feeling like she was missing something by the way she was experiencing
That's
it.
different than performance and graphics, really.
Yeah.
That's
Allies-
that's a more legitimate argument, I think.
I am lightly devastated. It's unfortunate that this game will go unplayed, not because of the game itself, but the circumstances surrounding it. But on the plus side, I was right, and that's pretty cool. Damiani suggested that I lend my PC to my friend to give them the full experience, but I'll be frank, I'm just not going to be doing that.
You're lost.
Thanks for your feedback regardless, and good on the van-dwelling nomad for the Switch Lite fitting his lifestyle, adoration, and admiration. What an update.
Small Witcher's better than no Witcher. I
Exactly.
always say.
Not
And
true.
it's-
Clearly,
But it seems like it's her lifestyle that doesn't fit the game, not
Yeah.
the meat. Like even if she had a PC, half hour a night, like you're just
Yeah.
that's
It
not
just
the way
wasn't
to
gonna
play
happen.
Witcher 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not going to
I feel
happen.
like they need Luigi's Mansion 3
Yeah.
Yeah.
for Switch.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's the trade-off, right? And if the trade-off is playing on the Switch because you don't have a lot of time to commit to like couch gaming, and even on that version you don't have enough time, then
Yeah.
it's not the game, man. It's your lifestyle.
Witcher isn't for everybody.
It's a long game.
Yeah.
It's a very, very
Yeah.
long game.
It's a good message.
Yeah. It's a special week. This is the launch week of a new Pokemon game. And for this podcast, that means we must play real animal or
Excellent.
Pokemon.
Excellent.
Tanner Methvin has sent us a new list. I did not have time or internet to randomize these, so this will be in Tanner's order. Here we go. And this, to everyone at home, it's a very simple game. We're going to read a fact, and that is either a fact about a Pokemon in the Pokedex, or that is a fact about a real-life animal. Because the tips of its fangs are forked back like barbed fishhooks, they become impossible to remove when they have sunk in.
Real.
Real.
That's a Pokemon.
Damn.
Oh.
Crocodile.
Wow.
TikTok. TikTok's middle form.
Oh.
Are those like back teeth? Those don't look that
Gives me
hooked.
anxiety.
The tips
me,
of
but
its fangs?
interesting.
No.
This is gonna be
That's
so
the
But that is a very croc.
That's the thing about Pokedex
gonna be so
entries is like they're
hard.
never accurate, Jones.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a-
It's another world.
yeah, they'll just write things in the Pokedex entries that are not at all demonstrated on the actual Pokemon themselves. If it's behind a slow swimmer, it will nudge the creature in front as a courtesy before passing it, even if they're passing a deadly predator.
Real.
Pokemon.
Real.
What is that real animal?
I don't know.
Think of it just a big dumb sea creature.
Duck-billed
Manatee.
platypus.
It's a manatee.
Oh.
Manatee.
Yeah, manatee, you're asking for it. You're asking to get endangered if you do stuff like that. It has extendable claws under its hands, which it will puncture through its own skin as a defense.
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
It's a real life animal.
Cool. A Wolverine.
Wolverine frog.
Just like Wolverine the X-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess we all need to Google Wolverine frogs and adopt one.
We should be embarrassed.
Yeah, we should be embarrassed. Yeah, if you sell Wolverine frogs at your pet store, let us know. I'd like to have a few. Like, I bet it's painful though. Just a shink.
Or it has like no nerve endings there.
Yeah, maybe there's no nerve endings in their,
evolved and had no
hand
nerve
skin. It
No,
even
that's
has
like
hand
a,
skin.
yeah, like a breeder of that or whatever has them. Did they play like the X-Men theme over in that little corner of their shop?
Yeah.
Oh, nasty.
Will
They're
they
like hairy. They're
Oh
hairy.
no,
Hairy
hairy
frogs.
frogs. No hairy frogs.
They have
Hairy
hairy
frog.
like hindquarters.
No.
Jones, will they spoil the moment in the trailer when Wolverine slices Captain America's shield?
Will they spoil it? Simple question,
Simple
Jones.
question. Will that
I don't
moment be
even know what
spoiled?
movie he's talking
This
about.
is
Like,
when
what?
the X-Men enter the MCU. Will they spoil that in the
So
trailer?
Cap is in this movie now? Like what?
His shield. Wolverine's claws versus the shield.
None of this.
I
is
think they
happening.
lose.
This moment's not
I think they
happening.
lose.
This trailer's not happening. This scene doesn't exist.
Is vibranium stronger than
I mean, I
adamantium?
hate to say this, but like, you
Or what's
know,
it called?
Thanos already broke the shield, so like that's anticlimactic, Huber. You gotta go bigger than that.
Thoughtful answer. I'll take it.
When spotted, it escapes by furiously boring into the ground with its
Pokemon.
tail. That is a Pokemon. Any guess?
Dig.
Doug
Trio. Diglett.
It said a tail, so no.
It's,
no.
a, it's Pokemon with it's a little tail. It's got a little drill at the end of its tail.
Raichu.
Dunsparce?
Yes, Jonesy.
Hey, Dunsparce.
Yes. The heat generated by a single punch is nearly as hot as the surface of the
This is
sun.
Pokemon.
That's Pokemon.
Incineroar.
It's got to be real.
It's real. We got tricks. It's
Incineroar.
real. That's real.
It's hot as the surface of the sun.
surface of the s-
Yes.
Who's this?
You sneeze faster than a hurricane.
Mantis shrimp.
Yo.
Yeah, because it's so fast. That's right. No, mantis shrimp are creepy,
Oh,
dude.
this was
Really?
in the
Yeah.
the
You can't if you like
Our
you cannot
Blue
see
Planet.
it. You can't
Blue
see it
Planet
move.
2.
Like it just
Will it
yes,
kill me?
dude.
it can crack.
It's in Blue Planet
something.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Now I remember this. It did like insane things. It was taking on all like these hard
There are some
things. and
shrimp
going-
in this world, Huber.
It was wrecking shit.
So like if I tried to pet it, it can like blow my hand up.
Like you don't go near it.
Cool.
It's bad.
Cool.
In bad time.
Man, this thing is crazy looking.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's like a boxer thing. It's like no, it's nasty.
Sick. It
It, like,
gnaws
goes like-
on anything with its tough fangs. It can even topple. It can even topple
Said
concrete.
topple Pokemon.
Yep. It can even topple concrete buildings by gnawing on them.
Oh come on.
Which
got the
Pokemon is that?
Pokemon.
Which Pokemon is that? What
Can
Pokemon
topple
likes? What
buildings.
Pokemon can topple
Oh,
buildings by
it's
gnawing?
The Dreamer,
Guzzlord.
the Guzzlord, yeah.
Guzzlord.
No, gnawing. Guzzlord does guzzles. He does not
Yeah,
gnaw.
he guzzles. He's a guzzler.
Eradicate.
Not
Eradicate.
Eradicate's a gnar.
How tall
on
is
concrete.
Eradicate?
No, that's the thing. None of the Pokedex entries are true. None of these are true facts about these Pokemon. They're just weird things that that children come up with and fill in the Pokedex.
It's like Mad
with.
Libs.
Yes, they're so often just completely unrealistic. Sorry, number 7. Rather than hunt for food on its own, it will find an unsuspecting fish and replace the fish's tongue with itself.
Real.
That's real, man. I've seen this thing.
That's gross.
You got to see this thing on Reddit. This is a real thing.
Neil.
Simothoa exigua is a parasitic crustacean, and it does.
Oh, crustacean.
Cool.
Yes,
Wow,
it just
cool.
like lives as a fish's tongue for the rest of its
It's
life.
like I'm gonna be in your tongue,
A
stealing your
xenomorph.
food.
Yes.
Yeah, xenomorph.
Excuse me, sir,
Yo,
what?
A xenomorph.
It's a tongue hunt.
who knows that like crunchy shell on your tongue? What is this?
Usually docile, but if disturbed while sipping honey, it chases off the intruder with
Winnie
its
the Pooh?
horn. Jones knows this one. That's too easy.
I know what it's with the horns, but I don't know the name. I forgot the name of the Pokemon. But
Ooh, okay. So somebody's got a chance at a steal here.
No
Horntar.
idea.
It's Horntar. Yep.
Really?
No. Good name though. Heracross is the name of that Pokemon.
Really good fake name.
I gotta catch a Horntar.
Yeah.
Don't be such a Horntar. Okay, an incredibly complex organism. It has
too.
3 hearts and 9 brains.
Real.
real.
That's real. What kind of creature is that? 3 hearts and 9
Squid
brains.
of some kind?
It's an octopus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giant Pacific octopus. 3 hearts,
Octopi are great. Dude.
9 brains.
They're wild.
Yeah.
man.
Especially when
They're
they
all
fall from the
psychic.
sky.
Hey,
Yeah, they're all psychic. You're actually
Lacking
kind of close with Mewtwo.
in defenses. Is this a BBT spoiler? Lacking in defenses. It keeps watch for attackers by closing just one eye and putting half of its brain to sleep.
Boring.
Real.
It's real. What is that?
That sounded like a weird Pokemon entry. You know, that didn't sound like that would factor into like abilities
exciting
and
this thing is?
evolution
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
stuff. Like,
What
that
kind of
sounds-
animal does
That's
this?
like National
Snake?
Geographic
Is it a
style.
fish?
It's a duck.
Whoa.
Yo!
Yeah. Ducks,
Goose?
ducks sleep with one eye open.
Just a normal
because of
ass
geese.
duck?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It has
knew?
Turning your brain off.
ducks are pretty cool, man. Ducks.
Sure.
There's a lot of we could do 10 facts about ducks.
They don't wear pants. They're awesome.
It has an internal organ that senses the Earth's rotation.
Pokemon.
That is a Pokemon. What Pokemon is this?
Gyrodar.
Surfetch.
Magnemite.
Gyrodar, dude.
Now, Jones, I don't know if you've been sensing a pattern here. You've captured all the Pokemon. that
I was gonna say this is just an elaborate setup to embarrass me because I remember
you
the
should
names
be
of my Pokemon,
embarrassed.
but not the actual names of the Pokemon.
Okay, so
themselves,
knowing
or vice
this,
versa.
knowing that you have captured this Pokemon, and that it's one of your
let me be.
Hoothoot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's almost always Huber.
That is not how you pronounce it.
Hoothoot has an internal organ that senses the Earth's rotation, and I bet real owls do too, right? Like, how do you come up with that fact? So let me
They
know.
all don't all avian creatures have like something with like
Circadian rhythm.
Well,
They have that
yeah.
cochlear thing where they have for balance.
Like the magnetic field of the Earth.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
they judge. Yeah. So it's something based on that.
But why didn't they just fly the ring to Mount Doom?
The Eagles.
Let's talk about
you
this.
fools.
You should be embarrassed.
Why didn't they just fly it?
the ring would corrupt them and turn them into.
No, because the
They're
Eagles
proud.
don't. The Eagles won't just do anything for
proud.
anyone. Yes.
Yeah,
You
they're like
have to earn the respect of the Eagles.
they're above things like the ring of
Yes.
power and the 3 and the 5 and the 9. They don't care about that.
Look,
stuff.
it makes a lot of sense for there to be giant flying eagles in this world. It makes. If you read the books,
That's your argument, bro?
it's well seeded.
They're summoned by moths. too.
Yes. If you read the books, it makes a lot of sense. In Cold Jones, you should be embarrassed for reading those books.
We can't talk about this. We're clearly not going to.
We're going to.
You're all
right.
scared. You're all scared.
No, tell me, Jones. What's
because
your
you
take?
see them coming. The whole point of him going into Mordor is that he doesn't expect Frodo, he doesn't expect Sam. You can't just rush. That's why, like, they rush the gate to pull his attention away from Mount Doom.
Yeah.
Because he's attracted to loud noise. He's constantly looking through Middle Earth. Where are they coming? And these giant eagles are like, here we come. He's like, oh, take those eagles out. And then, oops, that was our big chance.
A salient point.
They finally
case.
come in when it's over.
Fair case.
I'm on his
They
I'm
finally
on
win. They
his
finally win the
side.
battle, and the Eagles are like, "Okay, now we'll go into
I'm on his
Mordor."
side.
They're like, we're not gonna go in.
You made me an Eagles
Well,
guy.
it's just giant laser tower and like all these orcs with bows and arrows. And
Jones, you legit made me an Eagles guy.
yes.
Good work, dude.
Don's happy.
Why when Aragorn got the ghost army, he wouldn't just like tell them to go to Frodo and take the ring and dump it in there?
Why
Because
he
the deal
wouldn't
had already
do
been
that?
made.
What like say he should have made the deal like regain your honor, just go take the ring into Mount
'Cause
Frodo, destroy
Aragorn's
it.
a good
You didn't know where
guy.
Frodo was.
Just they can go, they're ghosts. Go track him down. Use your
Ghosts don't have
powers.
magic. They do not have magic tracking powers.
Track him down.
I love the ghosts like
Why
eating
didn't
the
you
elephant,
fight?
like in the background. Like when they win, you just see the ghost like they just like knock an elephant over.
Also, I don't
Elephant.
trust a single ghost with a ring. Those ghosts are gonna put the ring on.
They can't.
But then it makes them alive. Because it makes you invisible and makes you like a ring
Fate
wraith or
worse
whatever.
than
Yeah.
death.
Now you become alive.
Yeah. I don't trust a ghost with her. Don't touch that ring, ghosts.
Yo, Shadow of War 3 launch title. What do you guys think?
Easily.
Next gen launch title?
Yes.
Shadow of
Jones?
Mordor.
Coming to Stadia when?
And I will be so
Shadow of War?
excited. I will be
Number
so
3?
excited for more mining of the Lord of the Rings material.
That is a game that's coming. Yeah.
It is, dude. It sucks.
It's gonna launch alongside the Amazon
Especially
show.
with that
Yeah.
coming
Yes.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
My-
just
It'll tie into
the
that.
second age.
My friend the other night, no joke, like 2 nights ago, admitted to me with shame that he was like, last night I spent like 6 hours playing Shadow of War. And he was so ashamed.
You should
hooks
be
you, man.
embarrassed.
Yeah,
It's
just like,
it's
it's
okay,
okay.
dude. It's okay.
It's-
It's another that breakpoint situation. Man.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter if these games are good or not. That's
Doesn't
not the
matter.
point.
And what the thing is, Shadow of War is a good video game. You know what I mean? Like, I feel no problems just putting the word good on it.
I agree. Swimming. I'm swimming in it.
Yeah.
Good/silly.
Yeah.
I'm swimming big time.
In cold temperatures, it will switch from breathing through its mouth to breathing through its rear end, saving oxygen.
Pokemon. Ooh, oxygen though.
Oh
Real?
no.
I stick with Pokemon, but
Snorlax.
That's a real animal.
okay.
And actually, I changed this entry. It is actually, it will switch from breathing through its mouth to breathing through its butt. But I thought there's no way the word butt is in
Yeah,
a
they never
Pokedex
say
entry. So
butt.
I did that edit there. The painted turtle breathes through its butt.
Good for it.
Classic.
Yeah.
Good for the painted turtle.
Yeah, you little creep. Just imagine a turtle smiling as it breathes through its butt.
The painted turtle is like a PSVR exclusive.
Why is that is so accurate, dude?
And you know who's gonna narrate it.
I don't know if I've ever got Kyle that hard, man.
It was such a weird
got
feeling.
him.
It was a weird feeling, man.
Wasn't that an X19?
The painted turtle, dude. All right. Last one. Last for love and respect. Last entry. In the last podcast, Jones described using the word good in reviews as lazy writing. I decided to check the average use of the word good for each
I'd
ally.
probably say it the most.
By counting.
I'd probably say it
But
like
like-
100 times.
Have a good time.
Oh,
But-
you know, there's no, I mean, I lost this because there's no way this made it into the podcast if I didn't,
So-
Wait, from what
rank
source?
the top of the list. Our
By-
reviews.
Yeah, so what this person did by counting the total number of goods and dividing it by the number of reviews written by each ally. The
Wow,
results may
that's
surprise
such a
you.
ton of work. Oh my goodness.
In fact, There
Oh
is-
my goodness.
There is only one ally who uses good at an average of greater than 1 per review.
Shit.
From greatest to least number of goods per review. Here we go.
Wait. We're gonna work our way up to who does it the least.
Yes. Here we go. Most goods.
Wait, no, we should go the
Most
other way.
goods. Huber or Brad?
We're going from greatest to least. That's how this was written. Most goods. Ben Moore.
Whoa.
What? He was going to be my least.
1.08 goods
I gotta
per
start
review.
using good then.
Whoa.
gonna-
How
I'm
does
gonna
he
start
use
bringing
it
it
though?
down.
Yeah,
he uses it in some
yeah.
smart way.
It's not used the way you think it is.
Number
yeah.
2,
The good child.
Michael Damiani.
Yeah, I say good job.
0.98. Almost 1 good per review.
Yeah.
And he does. He says
a good job.
Good job. It's
Just
basically
one though. That's really not a lot.
it's normally at the end. He's like, and sometimes it's exquisite. Good job. 9.5. Yeah.
Praising the developers.
This team does a good job of making me feel embarrassed.
This one review, he just wrote good like 4 times in one sentence. Like, he's like,
Yeah, I
good,
reviewed
good,
a
good,
game.
good, good,
Don't you
good. I was
remember when
like,
we
no,
reviewed
I'm
that
not
Switch
saying that.
exclusive good?
No.
That's BS. I had to review good. That's unfair.
Brad, number 3, 9.4. Very close to Damiani. A lot of goods. Probably about 1 good per review.
good.
Jones, you're next.
Okay,
8.9.
okay. I'll take it.
And then we
It's
have,
gonna be higher than that.
there's a big pit until our next one. A big divide here. Bloodworth, 0.57. So he's putting good in about 60% of his reviews. Finally, the one who uses good the least. Michael P.
Unexpected.
Huber.
Unexpected.
Nothing's good for Huber.
2.6.
See, that's it.
Nice.
Huber's
Yes.
all about extremes.
Yes.
Good is a
Yeah,
very
that's
centrist
so
opinion.
right. That's so right.
So here's what I like.
So right.
We got a lot of really fun bonus facts after this.
Huber doesn't straight up play good games. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, Huber's just.
So doesn't include names like good feel or good win. Those would not have counted.
Fair.
Goods
Oh.
or goodies would not have counted.
Okay.
Huber's score would be even lower if I excluded good meaning morally righteous. So apparently you used the word good as morally righteous at one point.
Nice.
Yeah. Good versus evil.
Another weird fact.
The amount of research is staggering.
I
in
love this.
Thesis.
Game reviews with perfect scores never use the word good, with one exception.
Uh-oh.
Red Dead.
Red Dead.
Ah, damn.
The horse was good.
That's awesome.
Reviews with the most goods.
I gotta know what it is. I gotta know. I gotta know.
Reviews with the most goods. We got 2. They're tied.
Okay.
Astrobot and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, 4 each.
For you.
For
Both
good.
those reviews got 4 goods.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Daniel Bloodworth is the only ally to ever use the phrase good old fashioned.
Cease this immediately.
That's in no one
Yes,
else's
Bloodworth.
vernacular. Nobody else is using that one, man.
Bloodworth.
He's from Florida, dude.
Yep.
Good old.
What good old fashioned? I gotta
Some
know.
good old fashioned elbow grease.
Fashion.
P.S. I think Ben topping the list shows how meaningless a metric this is for review quality. Thank you for your great work, allies. Love and respect, Nuko. It is so weird that we just all accept Ben as like this, like
Mythical.
just like
Can't use good.
yeah, he's like the good reviewer. It's
Yeah.
like that was just Ben.
Yeah.
The good has to mean nothing. If
Yeah.
Ben's
Yeah.
number 1, it has to mean nothing. You know what I mean? It's just like everybody accepts it too. It's really really funny. Jones still on that Control F over there. It's hard to do on your phone.
So funny.
Finding page.
You do.
I
You
gotta find the script first.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah,
Ah.
Maybe I didn't.
it is possible, Jonesy.
Put that online. Oh, I don't think I did.
It is time for bets.
Can you just read the text on Easy Allies?
Go to easyallies.com.
Oh,
Jones.
duh, of course.
Yeah,
Easy Allies reviews read text.
Good shout out.
Next week's bet. Yeah, all of our reviews that are put up on YouTube have an actual written script, which is how this person did this thing, and those are all on easyallies.com. Shenmue 3 will be released for real Tuesday, November 19th. It's happening.
Monday night, 9 p.m.
How many tears will be shed? Brandon Jones. No, our actual bet, what we're betting on is how many viewers will this game have on Twitch at the time of recording our podcast next week?
10K.
10K. Michael Damiani.
1,500.
Oh! Oh! Michael Huber.
I'll bring it up.
I'll bring it up.
64,521.
Yes.
The Curiosity
Shroud
will be
loves it.
electric.
Dr. Lupo is streaming.
People will not be able to look away.
6.2K for me. 10% of Huber's vote. Ian, what's your bet on this one?
33K.
Okay. All right.
How do you sort the
Let me lock those in.
for the reviews thing? How do you sort it? Most recent or just the top that it does on OpenCritic? For reviews, when you're like, how many times will this word show up?
Oh, there is a recent thing. There's like a thing you can sort by.
By date?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's too late for. Why? Do we have internet?
It just came back.
Just
We got a stream,
Just
boys.
came back.
Wait. So, oh man, Jones, should we stream? We just got our internet back.
I got podcasts to cut, man.
Okay, all right. Sorry, you just saw this reaction live to what was happening. Ian, I don't have everybody's bets written down from last week either, though. So yeah, last week's bet we're gonna have to postpone 1 week. It was about Need for Speed, Heat, and the 10 most recent reviews. How many times we would see the word "good," which is how that whole thing started.
Quick Shenmue housekeeping.
Oh,
Shenmue housekeeping. I don't know if I'm going to review it or not.
oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
we're doing this live too. Okay,
Yeah, might as well.
What's going on?
Because I
what's
haven't
up?
really had a place to like talk to the patrons about it or anything.
Sure.
Because there's been like confusion about it.
Yeah.
I don't have the game yet. It comes out soon.
Yeah.
I and my wife put in a total of $300 in this game. So there is technically conflict of interest.
How much is you? How much is her?
150 each. She matched.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Props.
300.
That's love, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a loving relationship.
So we put like $300 in.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what's going on because a lot of patrons reached out and were like, "Hey, we know it's you, Huber. We don't care that you put money in. Like, we'd like to see a review." So I don't know.
so
I'm
we're
on both
talking
sides.
conflict of interest.
Conflict of
we're getting the
interest.
sticky swamp.
Yeah. So I don't know. I
I
really
we
don't know
talked
what's
about
happening.
this.
Yeah.
I thought I said like you're backing something. It's not an investment. We're getting a return on your investment.
Right.
You-
If he was
you're-
making, if it was, what's the one where you make money back? I forget. There is one where you do invest.
Fig.
Oh yeah.
Fig is you make money back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an investor.
If you did Fig, I would ask you to retire.
Yeah.
I would ask you to go.
You were buying
yeah.
you were buying like two special collector's editions at $150 each.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, as long as you're only getting like the game, like the only conflict of interest would be if you had an input on what would be in the game during the development process.
Yeah.
Like you got to see stuff and
didn't.
yeah.
But it's an interesting conversation. We've been
is.
having it on,
That's why I
on
wanted
Cup
to
of
bring it
Jones
up here. I
recently.
figured-
Yeah.
I mentioned it, and then
Yeah.
someone the week after asked about it. Like, I don't think it's. And then a week after, someone else asked, like, wait a minute, what happened? This doesn't make sense.
You can
I think if he
claim
gives it anything
bias.
higher than an 8, probably we would question
Yeah.
that. We would question this.
Definitely.
Like any, like maybe
Like
like
an 8, I'm sketch. A 7.5, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We are clearly joking, just so everybody
You should be
understands.
there.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, Huber, I don't question your integrity when it comes to a score or a review.
And I figured that if I don't review it, then I can just like really play the game and
Are you trying to,
Peace,
wait,
I don't know.
right now, live on the podcast, you're trying to dump off the review
I'm
on
not
somebody
dumping
else?
off the review. I'm laying out every option.
Jones,
and
do you
being
want it?
100% transparent.
Do I want to review
Jones has,
Shenmue
he's been
3?
thirsting for it, yeah. Do you want it right now? It's right on your plate.
I don't.
Damiani, do you want the review?
Hell no.
Ian, do you want a review?
No.
Huber, I think you got to
I
review the
played
game,
Played
dude.
one or two. I have no idea.
So review, I don't know. Stream 100%. We'll see. Just stay tuned.
There
in
is
the coming
a
days. I don't
20
even have the game yet.
We now know there's a 26% chance the word good will appear in this review. How crazy
I'm
is
gonna
that?
make a point. to say good.
Yeah, you should write the line, Huber. It's like, when I first backed this, I was all in. And
I
you know
felt
what?
good.
I felt good. And you know what? I now realize this was a good decision. There you go. There's your two
Feels
goods.
good is what I said. And
Okay,
so I'm
here
happy
we go.
about. I'm happy about
we
this
have an
inclusion.
update. We have an update. Okay, here we go.
I'm happy about this inclusion because the point I was making is if you're like, oh, the combat's good, we're like, oh, the graphics are good.
The horse is good.
That was the issue. Yeah. Whether you chat with every person or not, it feels good to know the option is there.
Yeah.
So the fact that you can click on anybody in Red Dead, talk to them, like, just feels good to know it's there.
At the camp.
Feels good in the world, just in general.
Oh yeah.
I guess if I wrote for Polygon, I'd probably choose a different word. But, I get it. For our audience,
It's
sure.
reassuring.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
thank
reassuring that it's there.
goodness. Feels good.
You feel reassured that the option to ride a horse is there.
How'd I do an hour and a half of just being a total troll, man? It's just the worst.
It's pretty good.
No internet.
Internet.
We're
Yeah.
appeasing the Joker fans.
Lawless.
Yeah, I have to appease them. Without a certain level of sinister vibes, they react poorly. Yeah.
Will you ever watch Joker in your life? You think?
It would take a second party to say it's time to watch Joker. If it is on Disney Plus next to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I know what I'm picking, man.
So you're predicting there's a future where Disney buys Warner Brothers?
Yes.
In DC.
Or somehow,
DC, yeah.
Joker, man, Joker can find a way.
Russo Bros are doing a documentary on Marvel versus DC. It's
Yeah.
gonna be amazing.
Really?
Get ready, yeah.
Ooh, Ian, what, did you watch last week's episode?
Yeah, I checked it.
Okay, so Ian, fill us in on what happened with last week's bet. We're actually going to have a winner this week.
Okay, so let me cut to myself. I just did the thing. I looked through all the top 10 reviews on OpenCritic.com, the 10 most recent reviews to post a review for Need for Speed, and I did a Control F for the word good. I did not include one instance of goodies.
Nice.
I did not include any time where the format of a review on a certain provider is the good, the bad at the end.
Very fair,
Did
yeah.
not include that. Averaged out to 2 on a few of them. One had 4. 2 or 3 of them had 0, and 2 of them had 1. But Jones, you said 4. Blood said 5. Blood was in Damiani's seat. Ben, who was in Huber's seat, said 2. Kyle also said 5, and I said 1. The correct answer is 14. So
Who had the high bet?
You and Blood
tied,
both said
yeah.
5.
Oh, a tie. Man. Hanging in there, Jonesy.
race is
We're
getting
hanging in there,
tight.
baby. Wow. Hey, that's a lot of goods, by the way.
There are
I
way
should've
more
gone
goods,
big. That
yeah.
was-
So it really doesn't matter after
That was
a
bad.
point. 'Cause
That was bad of me.
You guys both tied for the high bet.
Well, we know what the average good is per review, and it's 1. If you
For
look at
us.
Easy Allies.
Yeah.
But here the average was 2.
It looked like 2 over the last 10. Yeah.
And 4 goods in 1 review, which is the maximum for an Easy Allies review.
Yeah.
Good to know these
When I
things.
started doing reviews, the reviews editor at the time at Game Trailers told me to not use you as much. You do this, you do that. You can.
This is Miguel we're
You-
talking about?
No.
Oh, who?
Ryan?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did too many U's. So you is actually my good, where I'm always trying not to say it as much. I still end up saying it a ton because it's like it's like hard not to a lot of the time.
I get that.
But that's definitely one of the words.
When we were writing Seedlings, we noticed that I like to have characters start start sentences with "well," and stuff. I used "well" a lot, and we were like, "Okay, no more well."
However, is mine.
I see it in box speak a lot. Just the word cool a lot. It's just characters just talking how I talk. It's like, you didn't do much on this one, Kyle. Okay, so Scrappy Little Pigs, 24. Gorgeous Gorillas, 25. It is Remaining Tight or Wars Pushed Off. 1 more week. No,
Wow.
hey,
No,
hey,
no.
hey,
Yeah,
hey,
whoa.
hey,
Jumping
hey,
the gun.
Whoa. That was
Don't
close.
give in.
You almost summoned them,
Didn't
dude.
go all the way.
Let me tell everyone about patreon.com/Easy Allies. That would be a website you would go to if you're interested in supporting the Easy Allies, seeing more of the things that we do. Patrons who give $5 or more per month to the Easy Allies get this podcast on Fridays as opposed to Sundays. And they can also submit to Love and Respect and hate to peel back the curtain on this one. The Santa's Video Game Advisory Board was not actually Santa sending us these letters. It's patrons of Easy Allies.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, that is true. Those are submitted from our patrons as well.
Santa's still real though, right?
This was a completely. This is a.
Is Santa
This
still
is just.
real?
This is just a podcast bit. This is completely different from Santa's actual existence in the North Pole. So that's what's going on there. So yeah, check out patreon.com/Easy Allies. What's up, Jonesy?
That was good. You just turned to me like this was information for me.
I didn't want to.
I thought something was going to change. I was like, what did we?
You have to include the
What
disclaimer
changed?
in the description.
Yes, please. No, the Santa thing's new. We got opening segments back, baby.
Feels good.
Jones doesn't care at
Feels
all.
good.
Jones does not care at all.
Feels good. I'm more into corrections music. It's kind of my kind of thing.
Okay, got you. Because I think, honestly, if we're going to get serious about this, I think that Jones saw what Nadia H. Young wrote and then was like, now I'm just going to stick with this. You know, like I feel like you had the intent of switching it up week by week, but now that you found one that she said was pretty good, you're just like, this is mine now.
Yeah.
It is like the first positive thing she said about our podcast
In a while.
In
It's
months.
It's a coincidence, but it's a pretty gnarly coincidence, I got to admit.
Okay, so Damiani, you and I are splitting the rights and responsibilities, dude.
Okay.
What do you want? You get a trademark sign-off. You get your Twitter handle. You get an Easy Eyes video you would like to promote, and you get the final word and anything you want to disagree with.
Oh, I'm giving you the final word.
We'll see if I take it. What do you want
burdened.
first? What do you want first?
If I take video, I'm gonna do you right.
You each pick one
I'll
and
do
then
right by
one.
you.
One
Yeah,
and
yeah,
one.
this is a snake
One,
draft.
One,
So,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Well, it's not a snake draft. This is just a draft.
Okay.
Who has first pick?
Damiani has first
Okay.
pick. As leading team, he gets first pick.
Okay. I will do video.
No. Okay.
Okay. Well, maybe we could trade. We'll see.
We can trade. You are allowed
Let's
to trade.
see what happens. with
Okay,
the
all
draft.
right. I'll take trademark sign off.
All right. Then I'll do Twitter handle.
Okay, and then I'll do final word. Damiani, I will trade you final word for video to promote.
I don't want to do the final word.
I will trade you trademark sign off for video to promote.
Do you even know what video I'm going to promote? Do you not want me to promote the video I'm going to promote?
Because you don't even know what it is. Are we talking about Boxpeak episode 7?
Yeah.
You don't even know what happens.
But when I promote it, can't I defer to you to finish?
We could talk together about it.
Yeah.
We don't want to know
Fine.
what
All right.
happens. We don't want to know what happens.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
spoil it.
Yeah, no spoilers.
All right.
Okay.
I don't want any launch trailers.
Okay, so Twitter handle is Damiani. Wait, did I take it to trade to Damiani?
I mean, trade.
Okay, so Twitter handle, Damiani.
At what is my Twitter handle?
No idea.
Damiani.
At Damianicus.
How do I spell this?
My last name plus CUS.
What is? I don't know your last name is. I'm a listener. I'm a listener to the podcast. Help them.
Oh yeah, they can't see lower thirds.
Yes.
D as in dog. A.
They're writing this down. Yeah. I did.
You asked for this.
You're right. I asked for this. The Joker fans are thrilled right now.
M as in Mary. I A. N as in Nancy. I. C as in Charlie. U as in unicorn. S as in snake.
Great.
There was an A after the D. I feel like it might have gotten buried because
Yeah,
you didn't
D-
say an as in.
D A.
Yeah.
M.
One more time. One more.
Go through it again.
At as an ampersand. No, I'm kidding. That's not what it is. It's an at symbol.
This is wild, man. Okay, final
Or you
word.
can just watch the podcast and see the lower third.
Ooh, final word. Sorry, this has nothing to do with this podcast, but I was thinking about it today. It kind of ties in with this podcast. So somebody during a Twitch stream on Friday night said my game of the year is Concrete Genie, and I was like, is that a joke or are you being serious? And then I today felt so bad about that because it actually Concrete Genie is somebody's game of the year, and it's a pretty good pick. You know what I mean? Like the game is at least unique, it's at least different, and so while I like to trash talk games all day long and make fun of games all day long, it's part of my joy. I do believe in the quality of video games, and I do want to believe in the quality of Concrete Genie being somebody's goatee.
But it's not even out yet.
It's
Yeah,
out.
it's-
Oh, I
it's
reviewed it out.
Brad reviewed it.
Then why does Google say the release date is just 2019?
Because
it's still
wasn't
trying to
well
run Stadia.
publicized. You know,
Wow.
yeah, that's a
Oh,
bummer.
October 8th. Wow. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
Stadia updated.
cool. That's my final word. Video you would like to promote, Michael Damiani.
So there's a series called Boxpeak, and I believe there's a new episode coming out. Kyle, yeah, Boxpeak.
It's up already right now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
You better not spoil it.
I'll give him a tease.
Ooh, I like
I don't know,
teasers.
was it hard making that trailer because you hate trailers and spoilers?
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
actually,
that trailer seemed like
I had to,
laced.
dude. Yeah. And so I thought about this a lot, actually. I tried so hard to make them Doc Brown spider monsters, but not necessarily spoilers. Things that would light up an imagination, but not necessarily give people answers, you know? It was really hard to make
Yeah,
that
I do have a
trailer.
question. So do you call this episode season 6, episode 2, or do you call it like episode 7?
I just called it episode 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was very curious about that.
Yeah. This is episode 7.
Okay.
Michael Damiani, you play a character in this episode that I like a lot.
Oh.
Good performance. That's my tease.
Okay.
Good Damiani performance in episode
tease.
7.
Great
yeah.
tease. Great tease.
Great
Yeah,
tease.
yeah.
Great tease.
Damiani has some good box peak performances. People don't give him credit as a voice actor.
Committed.
Yes. He tried it in a few movies in the past. They didn't do well, we
Right.
know. And so now he's a
Yeah.
video games guy.
Yeah.
Maybe you should check out voice acting again sometime, dude.
Maybe.
Okay.
You just pop in and out. That's how it works.
Yeah. Disney Plus, there's plenty of opportunities out there, dude.
Yeah.
Trademark sign off. Tomorrow is forever all ours.
What I'm not a humongous fan of is Final Fantasy VII. What I am a huge fan of is marketing campaigns.
Sexy.